yeah, nigga, yeah. Shit real round here, yeah. Yeah, nigga, yeah. Shit real round here, yeah. If you want it, you can get it, my nigga. Shit real round here, yeah. If you want it, you can get it, my nigga. Shit. Look, if you ain't no ask somebody, they'll tell you about me. Nothing fake, nothing flawed, nothing bitch about me. I'm a G, I've been running these streets since a youngin', since 14. I've been bugging, slaying heat, ain't nothing. You won't be, say something. You can get it, I ain't tripping. One song, just know you better not let me catch you slipping, cuz whatever we need, I'ma smash ya. Broad daylight around the club, I'ma get at ya. If you let me tip down on the nigga, you chapter, I guarantee you that it's gonna be a closed casket. I'm about this, what's understood don't need to be explained. For the money or the fame, I was a gangster in the game. I ain't lying when I tell you about me and my background, about me and my lifestyle. I ain't never backed down, I ain't never froze up, I ain't never turned state, I ain't never missed when I emptied the clip out the K, nigga. However you want it, nigga, you could get it, cause shit real. It's get it how you live. However you want it, nigga, you could get it, cause shit real. It's get it how you live. However you want it, nigga, you could get it, cause shit real. It's get it how you live. However you want it, nigga, you could get it, cause shit real. It's get it how you live. It's never die, do what you did, nothing less. Fuck with the kid, get two to the head, two to the chest. Nigga, I'm the best when it come to this street shit. You got your hands full fucking with me with this beef shit. I be on some all night flight, no sleep shit. Me, my dog, and 2Ks, fuck that police shit. We coming with it, hunting round drumming with it. You running from it, we running with it. You bitch ass niggas ain't fucking with it. I'm out here, head first, ready to go head up. Walking with your head down, bound to get your head bust. Hit the feds, come, I'm off the scene, off the block. I know the bus move when it get hot. Shut down the shop, open up another on the other side of town. Got yeah and I got pounds. Jizzle was a hustler and a head buster all in one. Don't get it twisted, I do this rap shit for fun, you heard? However you want it, nigga, you could get it, cause shit. So I went. So I went all the way down to the trap in ATL. Oh yeah, so I let T.I., you know what I'm saying, to see how they do it. Cause I know how we do it in the hood and the N.O. It's street, it's real street. I've been a street nigga my whole life. I was raised in them, wild out, flighted for nights and days in them. Nigga, I played in them, I told the kids in them. In 7th grade, I started trying to get paid in them. If you ain't real, you ain't gonna be safe in them. Bitch niggas get jacked and they hoe get raped with them. I done saw niggas get stabbed and shot dead in them. No reppin', I bust my share heads in them. Leave caught niggas down bad and bust lead in them. The streets getting flaky cause not a feds in them. Putting pressure on busters, getting info from them. Niggas telling it all when it's coming and who from them. Damn, that's fucked up, the streets that change. These bitch niggas straight poison in the game. But Jizzle can't change the streets, that's me. I live and die by the street rules cause I'm a G. I'm a street nigga, a street nigga. That's what I've been and that's what I'm gon' be, nigga. I'm a street nigga, a straight street nigga. I was taught if I'm a play like a G, nigga. I'm a street nigga, a street nigga. That's what I've been and that's what I'm gon' be, nigga. I'm a street nigga, a straight street nigga. I was taught if I'm a play like a G, nigga.
A nigga thorough as they come, was raised in the gutters in the slum, known as the number runner son, and the dope man nephew who uncle on the run, the candidate grandbaby hustle for the fun. The yay was sold daily from the dust to the chrome. Like easy in the 80s, nigga stayed in the sun. I swore I'd never run, so I stayed with a gun. I kept my little 380 with the blade to the sun. All I fit with God, play my card, how it come. I'ma stand like a man till it's all said and done. And that's even if they run niggas, cause I know I run with a clique of wild, misguided, underprivileged young niggas. Give a fuck who you is or where you from, nigga. You can get it, we taking over the city. I was raised in the belly of the beast, to say the least. My role model was doing time, so I learned from the streets.
I'm a street nigga, A street nigga. That's what I've been and that's what I'm gonna be, nigga. I'm a street nigga. A street nigga. I was taught if I'm a play like a G, nigga. I'm a street nigga. A street.
Would have helped if I would have added myself in, right? All right, a little rusty shit. That's always what I say, right? Because I be procrastination is the name of my game today. Like, I'm just kidding. It has been a minute since I threw up an RVA. I'd be on camera right now, but I just cannot. I'm waiting for Jesse to get here. You talk about, man, your girl is like the most viral prone fucking person on the face of the motherfucking earth. And I got a record to back it up. Running a little low grade fever. So pray for your girl. Trying to rectify this little situation. It's a little situation that could possibly turn into a big situation. Just 1 minute to the next, right? Actually, I'm gonna end that and Jesse cut out my rubber bands and my twists so I can twist up my hair and shit. He can help me with that if you want to. Decided to get on here and throw a show in between the massive amounts of streaming we got going on with Shabaka's Black Experience Enhanced and Jesse's Menage a Trois fucking Frontline Black News. That I can get in some time of my own, you know. So I thought I'd come on in and like squeeze my way into the fucking programming. Ew. I thought these Go-Gurts were a good ass idea. Gross. Ugh. I would not give my kid any of this. They had a Go-Gurt, what's it called? Go-Go squeeze yogurt peach. Man, I would throw this motherfucker in the trash who thought this was a good ass idea. All right, so I've been catching up. I've been watching the news a little bit. I say all the big shit for fucking Jesse and they're in the new black media to get a hold of and manhandle and toss around 50,000 times and wear the fuck out of it. And then there's really nothing left for me. So we're just gonna keep it black and sexy. So check it out. I saw that they pressured your boy Biden, out the motherfucking paint. Look, let's tell you what, man. Let's put it this way: for Democrats picking up and letting motherfucking celebrities call their fucking shots, they sure did. They let George Clooney's ass fucking put a little bug in the air, like, oh no, he can't be representing. He only had 4 motherfucking months, man. The fact that y'all are so motherfucking impatient is ridiculous. 4 months, you couldn't let a motherfucker just write the shit out and let him derelict his paperwork duty. I mean, you gave him fucking 3.5 fucking years. It was 4 more months. Just keep in mind, they only will go around, come around, and at some point in time, it's gonna be a motherfucker saying you too old for your job. You know? Well, anywho, then there was this motherfucking Kamala Harris shit. I'm gonna start like this. Look, check it out. We saw in our city in Aurora, Denver. Me and Jess were at an event. Just the trash people outside. Yeah, they do pick up trash at 2:00 in the afternoon. And look at on a Friday. This is like the third time today though. Kind of seems sus, but whatever. We should pick up them ragamuffins on the way out. Anywho, but like fucking up my groove there, brother. All right, he's gonna hurry up and leave. I think he's coming for the big trash, the furniture and such. Kamala, everybody's like, yeah, get behind. It was in our city, and I was mad disgusted. Okay, listen, ladies. I know it's gonna come as a shock to you, but you can let the fog lift now, sisters. You can really let the fog lift Me and motherfucking Jesse even had a little dialogue, but back and forth tussle like back and forth about this motherfucking thing. And the more we keep saying it, the more ignorant it sounds. Check it out. We know she's not black, right? So, but we got she's not black, and they had a little PBS thing, like a little short PBS thing, give a little bio history or whatever. And I was arguing with Jesse about this motherfucking uh this motherfucking Jamaican thing. I was arguing about fucking father or some shit until they threw up a picture, right? And I had to walk back my whole motherfucking conversation. And I was like, all right, man, well, what about a day? Woo, 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 woo. Right? And so I had to walk that back. All right, guys, check this out, ladies. That bitch, if anything we gonna say anything, she parents are tethered. She's tethered. Anchor baby, tethered, whatever, fuck. Whatever you want to call it. But sisters, Biden's not here no more. You gotta fake the funk. And I kind of seen a little brief thing today that Obama endorsed her. I didn't even click on it because I just thought that was trash. She stayed heavy on it. Why I thought it was kind of a good thing. I think that you shouldn't be forced to endorse anybody you don't want to, right? And when he didn't want to endorse her the first round, I didn't feel like he had. I felt like did he get peer pressured into it? That seemed like a him thing to do. So I don't know. I have to look more into that, but I don't really care that much about it. The reason I don't care that much is because between the racism and us talking shit about this broad, and then people in the Democratic Party in our own areas or do politics and or talk about politics or do political things, telling us to get behind a black woman, it's stupid. It's fucking stupid. I want to turn my ears off. Like, just turn my ears off altogether. Like, first of all, cause you're not gonna fucking wear me down on it. I'll ask the same questions I've motherfucking been asking. What has the Biden Harris administration done for black folks? What has she done for black folks specifically in the last 3 motherfucking years? Right? Et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And there's nothing that anybody can convince me. I also think that, in my opinion, this we got something called bullying, pressure bullying to get your ass to the motherfucking poll. Sadly, I'm about to say this. Sadly, there's motherfuckers in our area, in our town, that are gonna be peer pressured by these phony baloney motherfuckers that don't let them be up in their ear talking about what can I do to fear you, to bully you or scare you to go out to vote. Not a motherfucker do. What they should say is, how can I get you to vote any kind of way? Right? Vote in how I want you to vote. They're bullying, right? They're like, well, you got to vote for the Democrats. You got to vote for Democrats. We're in Colorado. Currently, right now, I don't know if anybody's really paid attention. I keep trying to remind them that right now, it's the independents and I can't even remember the name right now. The independents who got like just as much stake in the game, right? So, but I'm thinking as a logical person and not as a comfort voter. I ain't got there's no tangible for me in voting in either realm. Either realm. This weed is not hitting that deep. Um, there's not a lot to vote in. Let me tell you. And I be goddamn if I let a fucking want to be Democrat. That's what I think about y'all bitches. Y'all sorry ass bitches. Like, first of all, for the sisters that live here, y'all sorry. Especially on the Democratic plantation. Because the moment you said vote for a black woman, and you know goddamn well that is not a black woman up there, meaning a woman that looks like you, Okay? Yeah, no, I know. And how dare you try to make us vote for her? And why do you have to lick the boots mask? Like, what kind of fucking example are you trying to give? What example are you trying to set? This is why I couldn't follow you down no dark ass motherfucking hallway. This is leadership? I don't think so. I think that you shouldn't even talk to motherfuckers like us. Like, I mean me, like per se me. Let me just say like motherfucker like me who reads and looks at things. You shouldn't even speak to me because I'm looking at you like you're like you're the opposite of leadership. You can't give an honest opinion. First of all, that is not a black woman. That is a tether. That is a very it's a melanated woman. Yes, for sure. Um, she's what is it? East Asian, Southeast Asian, fucking whatever. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter. She's not an FBA woman. Let's put it that way. Now, if it was an FBA sister, that would be a whole different subject. This isn't. This is something else. The fact that you can sit there and like uh pressure apply pressure to reasonable minded individuals is not leadership. That's bullying. And that's like why you still want to lick their boots? Isn't your position close enough to whiteness? I mean, how close do you really want to get? It's kind of selloutish. Um, real bogus ass behavior. And again, that's something like, let's say, for example, hypothetically, let's say I needed a role model. I wouldn't follow none of you bitches down no hallway. First of all, the moment an FBA sister, which I kind of will question it, just because the broad look goofy in the face, I would just go question it a little bit. But let's just say an FBA sister tell me to follow this motherfucking old Homala down and motherfucking vote for her, do the work for her, stand 10 toes down, woo, 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 woo. That bitch, no. Why? What the fuck has she done for any of y'all? Okay, that's for y'all. That's for you weirdos that like to follow her all over fucking town preaching that she's this and that, knowing goddamn well you don't even like the bitch. The fog has lifted. Biden has resigned. He has stepped down. He's gonna go eat a fucking progressive scoop and fucking chill somewhere. You know what I mean? Let the show go on. That's what I would have did. The fact that you motherfuckers are trying, oh, black women, this and that. No, come on, cuz slap yourself 3 times on the tray. And for you sisters, the FBA sisters that are telling us this shit in the city, you really need to be slapped. You know goddamn well you don't like this bitch. You know goddamn well you do not like Kamala Harris. Okay? I don't know what the fuck your deal is, but you know goddamn well you would not. You would not. But because it's a party. What the fuck has the Democratic Party really got for you? And don't tell me diabetes medicine, man. Don't tell me anything stupid. Because it didn't. Let's look at our city where you live right now currently and ask what the fuck has the Democratic Party done for you specifically? I can attest to nothing. Not a fucking thing. Make it easy for a small business owner. Man, just like selling yourself a fucking small seed of hope. Stop it. Stop it. I can't get down with it, right? And of course, like saying it, these bitches want to turn on you. Well, cool, man. I guess you're gonna have to turn on a motherfucker for the truth to be let out. Like the fog has lifted, sisters. You don't have to go and keep fucking tap dancing around the main issue. This broad is not one of us. Meaning, she is not an FBA sister. Not even halfway. Okay, not even a third of the way. So you don't have to keep promoting it like it is, because all you're doing is you're lying. Well, what if I said, what if I was a little girl and said I wanted a role model and I had to pick one of you broads to fucking follow? I again would urge my daughter not to follow you down no damn dark hallway, because you're just gonna lead us back to motherfucking stupidity. So no, 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 no. That's why I encourage not to go to these little events, even though I should be going. because my mate is running for political office. But even then, I'm like, man, motherfuckers, we can't even control ourselves right now. Like, this is just stupid. They want you to vote Democrat. Democrat, Democrat, Democrat. Another party that has not gotten us anywhere, right? But let's talk about the Republican Party, too. They sure as fucking got us nowhere. The RNC was a big motherfucking joke. I have to talk about Trump, getting the flyby fucking nick in the ear. That happened. Then the RNC happened. And he picked JD Vance. Now, you know, when them white supremacists start turning their back on you because you know what you did wrong, right? You pick somebody that is in a marriage with an Indian chick, or whatever. You know what I mean? I'm just gonna keep playing. I don't want to deter. And the white supremacists were not having it. And they were bad racists about it. They attacked that dude's wife like nobody's fucking business. I enjoyed it. I was easily entertained. I'm not gonna lie. I was entertained like a motherfucker. It kind of seemed like, damn, Trump be a little jealous much, so you pick your vice president. Your vice president has a wife that's kind of similar to like Kamala, born here with school here, law here, does law, legal this, legal that, study this, study that, right? Kind of similar to Kamala, just not as dark, right? So she's higher up on the caste system, but born here, tethered from tethered parents. Kind of seems kind of sus, kind of copyish, right? Well, then Biden dropping out. The fact that for a whole day, whole day and a half, Democrats were panicking about who they were going to place. And over here, when Jesse's not around, or my sister ain't around, there's real political dialogue going on over here. And there's kind of like little political bets going on. Can't have political bets with my Jesse or my sister around, because we'll never get a word out edgewise, that's for sure. And the arguments, the debating is like counterintuitive to what we're doing, right? So when it's just I and my brother, we can have long ass conversations and pulling up fact checking and fucking rolling back some tape and having good laughs, and then taking bets about who we think should be put in place, who should, blah blah blah. And then I kind of want to share them, but then I don't, because then I know that somebody gonna rain on my motherfucking parade. So we're just gonna let the chips fall where they may. Although when they were saying anything, anybody but her, dude, it was a fact. Nobody wanted Kamala to be anything other than, and if Trump had won, it was like cool, you got two out with one stone. Fuck, now you got to deal with this dude is still fucking. He's still who he said he was, who he was before he even applied for office. It's all this other shit. So again, black people, what in the fuck? Black people standing on MAGA shit. Where were the black people in the RNC? Dun dun. I'll hold. I'll wait. You know where they were? They were outside of the RNC, right? So all those black MAGA people, black people for Trump, and all the extra shit, right? That all that shit that I find fucking ridiculous, right? Y'all were nowhere inside the RNC. There was occasional old black Republican here and there, like casually. Maybe 6 on day one, and who knows, right? It's totally a whole bunch. It was totally a different RNC, right? But where was all the black MAGA people in the RNC? Question mark. They weren't in the RNC, right? You would think that as much pandering to black folk as he's been doing all motherfucking year, right? Pandering, lying on, whatever, taking pictures, has his main homeboy out there, this main little dude over there doing whack ass motherfucking culture vulture videos, etc., 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 that they would be up in there. No, he wasn't even there really. Right? They did a video with him online, and he tapped in that way. But where were the black MAGA Trumpers? Where were they in the RNC? Did you see them sitting in a row? No, you said saggy ass old white folk wearing blacks for Trump t-shirts. That motherfucking shit right there was offensive. At least put some young snowflake bodies in them goddamn t-shirts. And them old saggy potato sack fucking cracker barrels up in there. Come on, cuz, stop it. Stop. Okay. But they were wearing the black for Trump's t-shirts, cuz. But no black people. Just white folk wearing black for Trump t-shirts. Cuz, stop it. He couldn't make this shit up. Fucking old cracker barrel type. Where were the black people? Hmm? Hmm? Right. Nowhere. So, as much as you threw yourselves behind old racist ass motherfucking Trump, he didn't have you in the building. Mm-hmm. Right. And where's all the Trumpy support after that? Right? Because he's fucking throwing away money and all this extra shit with Elon Musk. Man, he couldn't make this shit up. And then I also noticed that RFK Jr. decided to throw a whole press conference on the same day that fucking Biden steps down via email or whatever. But he throws a whole thing together in like 2 hours in front of him. I was like, whose house is he in front of? I'm just like listening to it. I'm like, damn, that looked awfully opportunistic. And he's been going hard since. And the paint. So I caught up, man. I caught up. No, I will not be getting behind no motherfucking Homala. Look, if anything, we've been talking shit about this broad for 3 motherfucking years. Can't stop now. Won't stop. Right? That's too. It's amazing how they fucking rallied up to go ahead and raise all this motherfucking money. And they released all of his money to her, so she starts, start to catch up. All right. I hope fucking Charlemagne's happy. I hope Cardi B is happy. First of all, why in the fuck would anybody listen to fucking Cardi B? Because, like, for politics. I'm just asking that question. I just need to know. I really need to know. I need to know, like, right now, like, what in the fuck were you thinking of? Letting this broad say why. Let's look it up real fast. Right. I just seen this bitch just did like a little fucking like a little commercial or something stupid just recently. Let's see. Let's see. I just saw a little short, dude. Like a little short the other day, and which was like talking about let's see. Okay, hold on. I'll put it in there. I'm gonna put it in here real quick so we can talk about it. So I commented about it like I commented about it just recently. She just did a video too. Oh, weirdo. She's like I just watched it like literally a few minutes ago. I was like, oh my god, this is so janky. Yeah, I said this is janky like a motherfucker. Because I was like, why in the fuck? Right? Like, how is this okay? How is this even okay? Bitch, like, how are you gonna take any political advice from a broad like this? You see. So I was like, geez. Hold on, Belly. Stupid. Like, it's not being a hater either. It's like this bitch is literally dumb. Like, it's like she could just have like something just short, like just her by herself. You know what I mean? But everything got her with somebody in it or something else going on. I'm like, I don't even want to see that. I want to see. I like. I can't find it. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Hold on. Okay, so like, hold on a second. Throw up a disclaimer real fast. Is disclaimer going? The disclaimer is going. Okay. It's a little rusty. Just give me a second. Okay. Just present and share screen. Okay. All right. I'm just gonna play like a couple seconds of it because I really am not a fan. Like, I had my moment. Okay, I had the moment, and it's only good for, you know, like ratchet music is only like convenient for certain types of moods. Okay, and it's not an everyday mood for the doll.
This ass like a plum. This pussy tight like a nun. Better chew it up like it's gum. Then wipe your mouth when you're done. I'm high like Nevada. Pussy get pop pinata.
So you gonna let this broad, cause you gonna let this broad dictate your politics? Is that what we're doing now? We're gonna let this broad dictate where we're at politically, right? I'm just saying, like, she gonna be like, hey, she gonna pass the torch, you know, go ahead and pass the torch. Oh, bitch, the fucking old boy ain't died yet. That's reserved for death. You know, she can have her moment. Oh my god, this bitch is stupid. I was like, no. So this is where we're at. This is what we're doing. This is how we define where we're gonna get our political insight from. But it's weird as not. And keep in mind, not FBA Black. This is another tethered type situation. Right? Anchor baby, fucking Puerto Rican, fucking whatever, fuck, right?
I'm high like Nevada. Pussy mouth when you done. I'm high like Nevada. Pussy get pop pinata. Bitch, I look like money. You could print my face on $1. Beat it up. Beat it up. Beat it up.
Right. So that's where we're going. That's what we're gonna do, right? That's where we're at. That's where we're at, Belly. Like that's what we're gonna do. That's who we're taking our advice from. Right? Let me find out. Hold on a sec. Gotta put the other one in. Let me go back here. Stop sharing. That's what we're taking our advice from. So oh my god, you know, he's just being selfish. That's what she said. Let me find it real quick because I put it in here too. She's just being selfish. Biden's just being selfish. She can pass the torch. He can pass the torch. And I'm like, no, bitch, he can't pass the torch. What happened? He dropped out. I was like, oh my god. Right? Oh my god. Oh, here you go. Yeah, it's so funny. So funny. He thought that was a rip.
You could get thousands. Okay, so it wasn't right when I said that was the moment that Joe Biden realized his presidency was over, and I predicted that his announcement that he was ending his campaign would be within a few days. That was July 10th, and he ended his re-election campaign on July 21st. So now I will say about that moment when the White House reporters were asking for Joe's reaction to George Clooney's op-ed piece published in the New York Times that day that Joe needed to step down. It was Joe realizing that the wheels were coming off his campaign, and then 11 days later, in the letter posted on his social media, he finally put the brakes on the whole thing.
I hope that a lot of those donors that went out and said all sorts of things about him come back with a big check now. George Clooney, es contigo.
Yeah.
Lots of celebrities reposted Joe's letter and shared their reaction, including Rose.
Hey, Joe, cool. Glad to see you show up. Hope you're having a great day. It's fucking a balmy ass 89 degrees in Denver, or Aurora anyway. So thanks for checking in. Okay, let's get back to it. All right.
Rosie O'Donnell, who wrote, "Thank you, Joe Biden. Let's go. Hashtag vote. Hashtag Harris. Hashtag energize." We'll get to that, Rosie. Just give me a second, okay?
Oh,
What's happening?
Now, fellow former talk show host Ellen DeGeneres commented, "I'm grateful to President Biden for everything he's done."
May the fourth be with you. Always.
Mark Hamill, who visited the White House in May.
You know, I called him Mr. President. He said, "You can call me Joe." And I said, "Can I call you Joe B1 Kenobi?" And he liked that.
But Mark stuck with the traditional.
I think any old fucker would like that. Yeah, you can. You can call me whatever you want. Just don't call me a hoe.
Yesterday, writing, "Joe Biden has a record of accomplishments unmatched by any president in our lifetime. He restored honesty, dignity, and integrity to the office after 4 years of lies, crime, scandal, and chaos. Thank you for your service, Mr. President. It's now our duty as patriotic Americans to elect the Democrat who will honor and further your legacy." Phineas Instagrammed a photo of him, his sister Billie Eilish, and their parents meeting in the Oval Office. "I see a person putting the people before themselves and their pride today, and for that, I have an enormous amount of respect." Barbara Streisand praised, "Joe Biden will go down in history as a man who accomplished significant achievements in his 4-year term. We should be grateful for his upholding of our democracy."
Look, so he backs out right after they punked him. Like, that's what it looks like. I'm just gonna keep it real. They punked him. They punked him. They punked him. They punked him. They pushed him. They pressured him. Right. So, he's an old ass motherfucking man. And it's, he had COVID, whatever the fuck. Bet he had COVID during that first election, that first debate. I say that because, I'm telling you, you gotta watch that Lester Holt video. Or we'll watch it today together. But yeah, no, they punked him. They pressured him. You know what I mean? So he gets out, and now they want to be all like, "Oh, he did so well. I kiss his motherfucking ass, give accolades." Now that they got what they wanted, I was like, "Hope you motherfuckers are happy."
And Moore wrote, "Thank you, President Joe Biden, for your service and decades of leadership, and for leading the strongest gun safety administration in U.S. history." Jimmy Kimmel thanked President Joe Biden and First Lady Dr. Jill Biden for your leadership, integrity, empathy, and service to our country. Well, Jon Stewart, who was a little bothered on the Today Show right after the debate last month that America had to choose between Trump or Biden.
"This cannot be real life. It just can't. We're America."
Yesterday, after Biden's withdrawal announcement, John simply tweeted, "Legend." Robert De Niro released a statement yesterday saying, "In an act of shrewd politics and selfless patriotism, Joe Biden is stepping aside to clear the path for another Democrat to become president, because there's nothing more important for our country than defeating Donald Trump at the ballot box. With respect, admiration, and affection, thank you, Mr. President." Lizzo shared Joe's news, concluding, "We are truly living in unprecedented times." Now, Piers Morgan first tweeted, "If Biden is unfit to stay in the presidential race, then surely he's unfit to remain president too." No, that's not what it is, Pierce. It's not that he's unfit now. It's that people are more concerned that, with his decline.
The way this dude talks is like, whoa.
And that, he's really going to be unfit in the next 4 years. So, we don't want to elect him now. Okay? But he's fine right now. Okay? Got it? Thanks, Pierce. And then I love this tweet that Pierce put out. So he writes, "Where is Joe Biden? Astounding that he hasn't been seen or heard since quitting the race." So Joe posted his letter at 1:46 p.m. on Sunday. And then at 2:13 p.m., he endorsed Kamala. And at 2:19, he tweeted a link. The message is one of hope and unity for America at her time of great national divide.
I feel like it's very selfish that they allow Biden to continue to run for president I feel like they should have passed the torch to Kamala. Like this was the perfect moment for her. Like
Cardi reshared her thoughts from June 30th after.
One more again, okay? Just in case we weren't sure, you know, what just happened, right? You went from this.
I'm interested in trying these new weight loss shots, but I need it to be more affordable because my
That's it, right? This you take it from the
Nigga, eat this ass like a plum. This pussy tight like a nun. But I chew it up like it's gum.
That's who's influencing fucking Democratic politics. Are you fucking serious? Like, and it's all good. It's whatever, you know. You know, it's all right. Just let it happen. Are you fucking kidding me? Are we serious? That like. Right. So when she talked, I was like, oh God, what are you talking about? Like, no. And there's like, she should have just pushed the torch. And I'm like, this bitch. She should just be going back to making fucking weird ass videos and, you know, doing whatever the fuck you're doing. You know, like, why are you so concerned about what the fuck is going on in our politics? And again, I want to call her bad names. You know what I mean? Like, this is stupid. It's like, here we go. Here we go. Back to where I was.
allow Biden to continue.
She said he was selfish. That's what she said.
She's a fierce advocate for women's rights and people of color, and her message is one of hope and unity for America at her time of great national divide.
I feel like it's very selfish that they allow Biden to continue to run for president. I feel like they should have passed the torch to Kamala. Like this was the perfect moment for her. Like,
Cardi reshared her thoughts from June 30th after the debate and added, let's go. I told y'all Kamala was supposed to be the 2024 candidate. Stop effing playing with me. Then Nicole Brown wrote, be forewarned, if you pop in here with anything but let's go, Team Harris, I'm blocking you on sight. The need for us to show up and vote blue up and down the ballot has not changed. Only the name on the top of our ticket has. Good vibes only. Let's go.
Do not underestimate the power of Black women in this.
Stop it. 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 Okay. Stop it. Y'all see this? Okay, look. Now, it's not an FBA sister. You already know what it is, family. The fog is lifted, right? So I'm just going to keep it very, very, very serious right now. Fog is lifted. Biden's not here, so we ain't got to fake the funk no more, right? So you ain't got to fake the funk. You can just go ahead and just drop that fucking lies. Just drop the lies now. It's not a sister. And contrary to popular belief, we talked about it, man. Even I had to walk some of that shit back because this little PBS thing I was watching with Jesse, and then me and Jesse just looking at pictures, and we're like, yeah, okay. Now I had to walk it back. Like, all right, cuz I guess you right, cuz you sure right. And I hate telling him he's right. I hate saying that he's right, but. All right, now look here, FBA sisters. You could drop that shit, or you could drop it all the way. Just drop it like it's hot, like a fucking burning fucking flame in your hand. That is not a fucking Black woman. Okay, so if you're looking for Black representation in the form of a sister, that is not it. Yes, that's a woman. Yes, she's melanated. That's about all I'm gonna go for. Yes, she has a long list of accolades. Served in the office far more than most. Okay, sure, we'll give her all of that. All right, but let it go. Let it go. You can't sell us on this fucking lie. And any FBA sister in the Democratic political world trying to sell us a fucking fake bill of goods, slap yourself 3 times on the tray. That is not a fucking FBA sister. That's let it go. He's gone now. Joe Biden is stepped down. He's not running anymore. So you want to just say, let's get behind Kamala. Throw in a broad and ambiguous term. Y'all love doing that. A woman of color, whatever color that is. You know what I mean? Throw in something else like that, but don't say that. Like, look, come on, man. Sister comes to the rescue. No. Let's please.
To the rescue, and a lot of emojis, fire and fireworks and purple hearts and praise.
Do not underestimate the power of Black women in this.
I truly believe the
Sonny else needs to be slapped in the face 3 times for that fucking stupid ass comment. Why? I question Sonny Holston all the time.
And she was bused to school every day. And that little girl was me.
They have not asked me to open an investigation, but
Perhaps they've suggested,
I don't know. I wouldn't say suggest.
hinted,
I don't know.
inferred. You don't know. Okay. Why on that policy did you not ask your staff to show you the policy that would be the basis?
It doesn't speak to me in any manner. So I'm gonna have to go and say nay no, my friends, nay no. Just because I thought it was stupid. So let me get out of this for a second. I thought it was dumb. So if you ask my opinion is stop fucking trying to sell us fake, false sense of identity here with this. Okay, Biden is no longer running, so now you don't gotta hold the torch about this Black woman shit because it's just throw in a broad and ambiguous term. That those terms work good for her and you Democrats and Republicans. Broad and ambiguous terms. Woman of color, that over there, one of them, old girl, whatever. You know what I mean? But don't keep saying it's a Black woman to us because it's disgusting. It doesn't serve you well. It doesn't behoove us, and it's not getting us anywhere except arguing over something stupid as that. So that's one thing. But then, man, in our city, we went to an event or two where that's all that was talked about. Fear mongering, getting us to vote blue no matter who, which is not going to happen. I say that because sometimes it definitely just seems like we're the only ones standing on really passing the message along of what we're talking about. You're not going to get anything from, if we never got anything from a Democratic administration thus far, or anything from the Republican one, then we're not going to get one now. There's no tangibles in it for us. And I've been, let's say for the last 2-3 years, how long has Shabaka's Black experience enhanced? And we'll just start with that. Been calling for Bidenites to call in and tell us what we're getting from a Biden administration. Oh, wait. Damn near 2 years now. Maybe even 3. So, and then we only got one caller from that. Shout out to the Outlaws. All right. That's it. One real honest caller. Right? Again. I decided to start off my show a little bit while we wait with some fun stuff that I saw from the internet. So before we get into some heavy shit, like these white supremacists, I decided to play some shit from the queue. Okay, let's see. Okay. I keep forgetting to share my screen. All right. Facebook. Okay. Let's see my little all right.
Hello there, people. I am Harry the Hood Hunter, and right now I am in a dangerous neighborhood. And what you're looking at is a hood Negro in his natural habitat. Look, Looks like he's attempting to sell some illegal substances of some sort. Now, these species could be very dangerous if approached wrong, but I wouldn't be the hood hunter if I didn't attempt to get closer. Follow me. Hey, now look in his eyes. Look at the anger. Whoa there, easy, big fella. Now, if you ever find yourself in a situation like this, keep in mind that this is just a defense mechanism. They mean no harm. What you want to do is give them anything you may have in your pockets. Easy. That's for you. I ought to calm the situation down. That's for you, big fella. Ah! Oh, God! Oh, God! No, keep it rolling. We need the footage. We need the footage. Okay. Matter of fact, zoom in on the wound. Okay. Feisty little fella hit me. No pun intended, but I am literally a bloody mess.
You sure you're gonna be all right?
Yes, yeah. I got some anti-snake venom in the car. Throw a little on there. It'll be fine.
Okay.
Tune in next week with Harry, the Hood Hunter. Well, don't just stand there. Get me to a bloody hospital.
Okay, come on.
Hello there, people. I am Harry.
You shouldn't have petted him. You should not petted him at all. If I was at work and I used to have a friend that used to do dispatch for a trucking company. This is how our setup would be. But I was and she say they used to come do weird ass shit like this, truck drivers. I was at work. I think I'd be throwing shit at the window and then make them clean it up. Watch it.
I'm just a dancer. I'm looking for a partner. Someone who knows how to ride without even falling down. Gotta be compatible. Takes me to my limits. Girl, when I break you off, I promise that you won't wanna get off. If you're honest,
this bitch knows she ain't got no action, a long ass motherfucker time. Don't act embarrassed. You ain't go out there and throw some money at that motherfucker. I'm like, why is he doing that though? Like, how the fuck? Like, so many questions. I was like, you just gotta sit in the sun, baby. I mean, like, Jesus Christ. Like, goddamn, that shit was like mighty pink right there. Like, just.
No, never ever got love with them both thugs, baby. Really wish you would come home.
I love it at this video because they got no shoes on.
All you could do was cry. Wanna kill my dog. Yeah, man, I miss my Uncle Charles, y'all. And he shouldn't be gone in front of his home. What they did to who was wrong. Who's so wrong. Gotta hold on, gotta be strong when it did come.
You know you wasn't a real motherfucker if you didn't play this song with your friends and then do the old dead man coming to get you and then do the old Jesus tap on the forehead. You weren't a real motherfucker. You didn't love phone that much. You know you didn't do it.
I was trying
to play that song. But in my shit, that motherfucker had a shirt on and he was wearing shoes.
And we pray, every day. See you at the crossroads, see you at the crossroads, see you at the crossroads, see you at the crossroads. And I'm gonna miss everybody, and I'm gonna miss everybody. And I'm gonna miss everybody, and I'm gonna miss everybody, and I'm gonna miss everybody. And I'm gonna miss everybody. Yo, no, never ever gonna.
I think this shit is hilarious. All right.
What's up, fool? Now I know.
So I laugh about this dude, Jay. So y'all seen him all the time. I don't know what his name is, but them shorts and reels, you always see him at the Mexican spots dancing and shit, and he dances better than them. So I thought that was funny.
Oh, this is least expected because I'm black, but I'm a fool, negrito.
I didn't notice. I'm colorblind, fool. I don't.
I'm from the darker side of the body.
Well, what's up, fool? What do you go by?
Chocolate uno.
And what do you do?
I do a mean zapateado.
You?
Yes.
Zapateado, fool?
Yes.
Like banda and shit?
Sí.
All right, fool. Take it away. That's pretty good, fool.
Yeah, it's cool. I mean,
like you can do better, fool.
I don't want to take a spotlight, fool.
I don't know, fool. Sounds like you're challenging him, fool.
Come show me what you got.
Oh, I don't think you want
No. Vente para acá. I insist.
Damn, and in Spanish, fool?
You just remind me of my mom, fool.
Seen that before, fool? She moves like that before?
And the dances like a mother.
Oh, fool's taking off the
I'm gonna go this way. I think he's okay. I think he's all right. I think I fucked up.
You win round one, fool.
Congratulations. That's pretty good. Fool, I had common sense. He's black. Of course, he'll be better than me.
Fucking good at everything, fool.
He's good at everything. He does like 3 or 4 more of those, like, why? All right, here you go. One more. A couple more, because they were funny.
Buenas noches, bitch. Welcome back to Pukelingo. Let's learn some Spanish. Oh.
It's funny because I can't wait till my sister goes and take me somewhere. Like, I don't know Spanish. I don't speak Spanish like it's slang or fucking I'm rude with it. I don't even, like, man, it's got to be a major motherfucking emergency for me to fucking speak Spanish. Especially in this current climate. Like, fuck that. I spent my whole motherfucking life catering to fucking this Hispanic type bullshit. Nah, fuck all that. Now you gonna learn English. That's my thought, right? But I was speaking slang Spanish, like broken Spanish or whatever you would call it, off the TV since I was like 16. So it's like now barely. But the way he does it,
Ocúpate de tus asuntos. Mind your business. Juega con tu mamá. Play with your mama. Perra, tienes dinero para gasolina? Bitch, you got gas money. All right, class, read that, please. Facturas. Bills. El enchufe. The plug.
All right.
Striptista. Striptista. Strippers. Buenas noches, bitch. Welcome back to Pukelingo. Let's learn some
bills.
Hey, Masa, baby. Welcome back to Pukelingo. Let's learn some Spanish. Disculpa, pera. Excuse me, bitch. No me hablas así. You ain't talking to me like that. Bride, teta larga. Big long titty. All right, class, repeat after me. Pera basica. Basic bitch.
Basic as fuck.
No tengo nada oficial. I ain't got nothing, officer.
This is my baby daddy call.
Se creen que vine jugar con ustedes. If you think I came to play around with y'all. ¿Qué pasa, baby? Welcome back to Pukelingo. Let's learn some Spanish.
That's the background for me, it's the background for me, cuz. All right, now look, brothers. If you ain't doing all of this bullshit in our clubs, and you come to one of their clubs and you start doing all this shit, somebody gonna slap the fuck out of you out on your way to your car. On general principle, don't you ever be doing all of this shit in our shit too, okay? Don't come over here because it's easy peasy over here. You know it's easy peasy to go pick up a fucking weird ass wench over here, and it's a little bit difficult over there with our clubs because we just different over there. You know what I mean? So I'm just on note to self. You will get slapped. I was like, how dare you? How dare you, brother? How dare you do that over there? Yeah, broke that pills on my I was like ready to kick this brother out the club, man. I was like, you know what, man? You ain't doing all this shit over there. You know you standing on the wall and our shit. You come over here, you just do the most. Stupid. I was like, no, dude. That's our general principle.
I thought I told you niggas time and time again that it ain't nothing to come take your life. So all that talking that you doing is just gonna piss me off. You better warn your dogs, cause we gon' hit a few before we get at you. Block looking like pasta, hella shells and ragu. I bet the guilt will make you do it to yourself, but I'm doing it cause I wanna help, yeah. Oh, that's gonna be the sound when I start busting around. You're gonna be screaming, oh, in this big 40 bang. No, I'm done playing games. I hate dreams. Oh, in the morning, oh, in the night. These niggas treat me like Omar from the Wire. I thought I told you.
Like Omar from the Wire. Shit.
Star.
He was feeling himself. Look, when he did that, I was like, oh my god. I would run his ass over.
I say good. Watashi wa star. Star. Kira. Watashi wa star.
I was like that. Every ecstasy mushrooms in the wrong fucking city, and they gave it to this motherfucker.
You know who I am, ain't had to say my name. Stack it up like Tetris, but this money ain't a game. Watashi kawaii, kalata. Drinking out the bottle, getting twisted, maruchan. Big exotic Hermes, this a crack. Watch to its star.
I don't know about anybody else, but I really don't think that song is that tight. So, not at all.
I know I'm finna sound like a freak at a gangbang, but I ain't never did this before. I feel like giving y'all some midday motivation, because I know somebody at work right now looking at their supervisor like, you big bag of bitch. So we gonna pray right now. Everybody bow your heads, cuz. Okay, our Father who art in heaven, I come to you right now as a humble servant. Try not to slap the skin off this big bad bitch. So please unalive them in my head so I don't unalive them in real life. In your name, in Jesus, Lamar, Bartholomew, Christ, we pray. Amen, cuz.
Because like
I know I'm finna sound like a freak at a gangbang, but I ain't never did this before. So I feel like giving y'all some midday motivation because I know somebody at work right now looking at their supervisor like, you big bag of bitch. So we're going to pray right now. Everybody bow your heads, cuz. Okay, our Father who art in heaven, I come to you right now as a humble servant. Try not to slap the skin off this big bad bitch. So please unalive them in my head so I don't unalive them in real life. In your name, in Jesus, Lamar, Bartholomew, Christ, we pray. Amen, cuz.
Jesus, Lamar, Bartholomew. That's right. That's right. That's right. That's how my prayers end.
I can be a sweet dream.
Dude, but like I'm watching this shit. I'm like, poor Frederick, man. Frederick's like Jesse whenever they talk. This Jesse is be talking to Jesse. That'll be fucking stupid. And he's like, no.
Or a beautiful nightmare. Frederick, before you even consider laying in luxury beside a rich bitch, I'm in need of a nightcap. Yeah. Yes. No. Frederick, what is this no?
No.
I don't like it. But anyways, let your toes caress the carpet. Scurry there into the bathroom. Seek out the massage oils. Frederick, don't defy me. I hate to stand over you, gripping your sleep apnea tube while you gasp for air. I don't even use that thing anymore. Frederick, a nightcap. Massage my toesies, and then you shall have wonderful dreams of me, Bella Blair, a rich bitch. Frederick, if you're not dreaming of me, you're having nightmares. Horrible nightmares, Frederick.
Like, no. No. It's a wild ass shit.
Pasa, baby? Welcome back to Book and Lingo, listeners.
I try to get a reaction from him. Except to say some wild ass shit. And he was like, looking at his phone. He'd be like, no. It's funny to me. So I keep going until the desired effect or I get bored.
Spanish. Besa mi culo. Kiss my ass. Me mal jugador. My bad, player. ¿Dónde están tus dientes? Where your teeth at? All right, class, repeat after me. Eres salado.
Eres salado.
You salty.
Salty as fuck.
Consigue un trabajo.
Consigue un trabajo.
Get a job.
Get a job and no one got their hand out.
Ella no usa ropa interior.
Ella no usa ropa interior.
She ain't got no drawers on. ¿Qué pasa, baby? Welcome back to Book and Lingo. Let's learn some Spanish.
Oh, shit. Brother, what was that? That's what I feel like. I feel like that's motherfucking my FBA brothers and sisters. Check it out. I'm gonna give it one eye real fast. Check it out. So, I was like, I don't really get the chance to watch these reels because sometimes I'll be avoiding the news and I'll be out watching the AMC Plus or I'll be doing some other shit. Anything that really, take away from all the stress of it all, right? But I was seeing all this tribal shit. Then whatever, I was like, you know what we need to do? We just all need to go up to the mountains. We need to go up to the hills. All of us bring a motherfucking DJ and some motherfucking ice, some grills, some grilling, some shit. And we need to go camping for a little bit and get to doing some bullshit like this. Minus the white folk. Just imagine all of us up there, right? Minus the white folk. But look. Can you imagine all of us up there? Like, we could break that whole motherfucking shit down. You already know we got the vibration for it. We could just go sit up there and just get crunk. Just get crunk. All in one alignment. break this motherfucking political shit down to the bare knuckles, man. After a weekend or two, us up there, we got 3 months, a weekend or two of us up there, just doing shit like that, sleeping, eating, vibing, chilling, meeting and greeting, shaking hands, hugging it out, and then getting in fucking groups like this and just like with a DJ, one of ours, you know what I mean? Not one of them, one of ours, and just get like Can you imagine? I can imagine. That's reimagining some shit right there. Let's see.
Hell yeah, turn me up, gang. Hey, hey, no hard feelings when I beat your ass, all right? Little nigga, you better get the fuck out my face with that bullshit, cause ain't no way in hell a little slow ass special ed Ninja Turtle finna beat my ass in no damn race, boy. Okay, you goddamn crackhead Bugs Bunny looking motherfucker, we'll see. All right, y'all, let's take a pic for the gram. Y'all bitch ass niggas ready? On your mark, get set. Go, ho! I'm fast as fuck, boy! Hey, Turtle, do you fuck like you move slow as hell? My grandmama moved faster than you, nigga, and that bitch dead. Hey, hold up. Y'all boys playing poker? Who trying to get their ass whooped real quick? Oh, this nigga talking shit. I bet. Come sit your ass down and lose your money then, nigga. Yo, what's that? Okay, damn. They got a Mercedes Benz. Shit, I'm about to pull up on that nigga in the wheel, bitch. Damn! Man, fuck this damn game. Y'all niggas cheating. What the hell? Oh, shit. Hell no, nigga. I ain't finna lose to your punk ass. I should run this nigga over. Ah, damn. That boy eating my dust, ain't he? Hey, guess what, fuck nigga? I'm riding with your bitch. Hey, baby. What the fuck? Now introducing the Mercedes-Benz. Do not actually buy this car because regardless of what you've seen in this video, this car is still a raggedy piece of shit. Hell yeah, turn me up, gang. Hey.
Yeah, a raggedy piece of shit.
Get bust down. My sister got the motherfucking bust down. My sister got the motherfucking bust.
Real shit. I bet you'd be like that outside and I'm not even knowing. But they're out there just jigging, like
downs. My sister got the motherfucking bust downs. My sister got the motherfucking bust downs. My sister got the motherfucking bust downs.
Buenas noches, bitch. Welcome back to Pukelingo. Let's learn some Spanish. Lo que había pasado fue que what had happened was llama a tu mamá. Call your mom. Ese no es mi jodido trabajo. That ain't my fucking job. I can't pay it to me. Dinero de la fianza. Dinero de la fianza. Bail money. Bail money. Me entiendes. Me entiendes. You heard me? You heard me. Pero yo no soy el indicado. Pero yo no soy el indicado. Bitch, I ain't the one. Order 2, order 3. Buenas noches, bitch. Welcome back to Pukelingo.
I was like, why is he teaching me all that bad stuff? It's funny as hell though. Look, I was like, we can't, like, FBA family, you cannot let us do nothing. Like we'll just make everything tight.
生注定是沧桑，苦着来，要笑着走过呀，朋友啊，让我们一起牢牢铭记呀，我们今生兄弟情一场，我们今。
Stop, cuz. Stop. They gotta stop. They can't keep doing this shit. He got hit in the foot. Should have been with me. Should have get crushed. Should have run.
You home last night. You should have been with me. Should have been.
You know you did him wrong. You know you did him wrong. You gotta come over there and fuck you up with that damn chair. You know what time it is? All right, look. I'm gonna tell you what I would have did after he did this to me. Okay, that's what I would have did if I was with at the end of it.
Yeah, my mom big, cuz.
Big Bloods over here. Stop calling me cuz, little nigga.
Hey, cuz. Yeah, my mom big, cuz.
Look, first of all, he need to get fucked up on general principle. Why? Because little cuz told him to get out of his goddamn mama bed. Crip house. that motherfucker gangbanged him. That's all right. I would cry and rub my ass out, and then I would have got on the phone.
Big Bloods over here. Stop calling me cuz, little nigga.
He got a belt. Now I went in there while he's
yeah, my mom big, cuz.
Like, oh yeah, you slob ass. Yeah, and I whooped his ass. I made him chase me out the house where all kind of crip niggas be outside waiting. That's what I would have did. Like he said it right. He said it right. Get out of my mama's bed, cuz. This old stranger danger fucking red villain fucking had to put his little hand on him. Ooh, that right there is a violation. He would never be welcome him. First of all, he wouldn't be welcome in my house.
Big Bloods over here. Stop calling.
He said, that's the only time you can get away with it. Couldn't get away with it.
Y'all niggas like me. Y'all don't want to see us do good. Y'all niggas a fucking joke, bro. Y'all niggas a fucking joke, bro.
Look at this.
Y'all niggas like me. Y'all don't want to see us do good. Y'all niggas a fucking joke, bro. Y'all niggas a fucking joke, bro. Who? You. Don't shit like y'all niggas like me. Y'all don't want to see us do good.
Can't have jobs either, apparently. That was tight. How the fuck you get up there? Let's ask this question.
Don't do that shit no more. Nigga.
Yeah, the lighter shoes. One more time.
Got the scrub pad for the shower. They didn't even know they'd be cleaning for some hours. Cause just yesterday this house was looking nasty. Looked in the hamper and I saw 2 ash streaks. No stressing, saw something about the upcoming election as I passed the disinfectant. Clean the whole damn house, and it ain't no time to relax. So what they doing, taking naps? Wake 'em up, wake 'em up, wake 'em up, wake 'em. Roll up on the counter that's dirty and watch me spray 'em with the lemon.
You ever got woke up with a pan and a wood spoon like that?
Lemon need lemon, lemon need lemon. Lemon go and spray on a little mo. Take out the trash, bro. No pine saw, only Fabuloso. Plus somebody I know came over cause they wanted to play. But today is a cleaning day.
That was the last one. I think that was the last one. I think that was the last one, Bevan. Let me make sure. Okay, this is the one. Yeah. All right, Belly. Don't do this. Can't keep making tight shit.
遗忘去年的烦恼和姑娘，魔幻魔幻都魔幻，今年的姑娘更漂亮。遗忘遗忘都遗忘去年的烦恼和姑娘。魔幻魔幻都魔幻，今年的姑娘更漂亮。
遗忘遗忘 too much. We just played too much, man. All right, now we done with fun time. Now we're gonna move to something more serious. Shit. All right, let's get serious. All right, family. 1 second. So it's been a few weeks. So this show is gonna be cut up into like a couple of little segments. I don't know if you're ready. Yeah, okay, you might be ready. Let's talk about white nationalists. Okay, family. Well, first let's no, I don't want to get there. All right, well, y'all have been noticing what's been going on with guess I do gotta bring it up. With might be too long to look for. Let me see. All right, so y'all have been noticing what's going on all over the news. Well, at least on Twitter and some other stuff. You know, we gotta deal with obviously white supremacy, alleged Nazi shit, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. We're gonna watch this from urban politicians. Where's Jesse? How should we hurry? He needs to hurry up. I feel like I'm running a little fever. I'm gonna play this one, and then I'm gonna give you my thoughts about it. And as I give you my thoughts, I'm gonna play this interview that I'm gonna play this interview with the Patriot Front founder. Okay, not him, but I want to talk about them for a little bit, but not really. I just want to give my commentary about my thought process, and where it goes with that. Hold on 1 second. Okay, yeah. Did you know I got a cue and all this stuff right here? It's because I was doing a deep dive into certain things like migrants, whatever. And how much I missed the black militia. Look, I gotta say this. I gotta be like, man, you know how hard it is to be a little black boy nowadays, man. You can't go nowhere. It's just you gotta give them some credit. They felt like saying what they felt like getting that off their chest. They weren't gonna let it slide. That's what it looked like to me. And I wish that some of us adults had that same kind of fire and magnitude as they had. That's a lot of fucking fearful white men terrorizing five little boys. But they were men enough to let them know they weren't wanted. Even though you couldn't hear really too much what they were saying, the attitude and the energy they were exuding was enough to say that they didn't want them there. And they first of all, they're out there doing whatever they're doing. They look like they're gathering stuff or whatever, ice, and who knows what they're taking. It's hot, but at least they're together, because one on one, the one by themselves, we might not have seen them with these agitated, fearful ass wannabe white want to fucking terrorize, you know, these children. Are still children at the end of the day, but they were brave. They were brave enough to stand in the face of racism, white supremacy, you know, and say whatever they felt out loud with their chest, you know, and that needs to be commended. It's not their job though. It's our job to protect them. It's our job to keep them safe. It's our job to look after them, because that's the future warrior class. So, you know, as far as it is to let them roam the streets and shit, they're in danger. Like, that is broad daylight, and they're still in danger, and we still have to protect them. You know, just like our little girls, we still have to protect them. Don't get it twisted. Like, you still have a job to do. Job is to protect them young. The job is to protect them youngins. Goddammit. As I was gonna say, because as brave as they are, as cowardly as you are, you know, you might just take a lesson right there that they had all that fire and vigor in their heart to stand up to racism and hella fucking white supremacy. Getting called names they should have never had to hear. But the times are changing, and they knew what it was. They was obviously raised correctly to know that, you know, they're in danger. But it's still our job to keep eyes on them and protect them and make sure that they get home every night. That is our future warrior class. So I was pretty amazed that they were so brave. This is a running commentary on Twitter. I think I seen it first on our brother Tariq Rashid's page, and then I seen it again on our brother Great Black Shark's page. And then I kind of pulled it. I kind of had a question for this motherfucking troll, and I pulled that off topic. And even then, like, I don't understand you racist white supremacists, or you white folk. You gotta feel like you must insert yourself into FBA conversations or black conversations when you know your ass isn't even fucking asked for or wanted. You have to slip yourself into it just to ask stupid ass questions and make stupid remarks. Like, mind your fucking business. Get some business of your own. You know what I mean? We have no friends and we have no allies. We are at war. Plain and simple. We are at war.
Little nigger.
Hey, are they allowed to let these little nigglets make bread? The nigglets are making bread. When you arrest the nigglets, please arrest the nigglets.
They have to.
Hey, stop making bread.
They have to accompany the nigglets through town. Everybody.
Future engineers. Future engineers. Hey, you guys are the future engineers. Future engineers have to get escorted because they're so violent. Yeah. You got a light brain, bud.
God, I love little monkeys like that. It just shows how violent they are at a young age.
Your frontal lobe is 2 ounces lighter, bud.
And the ignorance behind the neo-Nazis who've stirred up controversy this week here in Middle Tennessee. Good evening, everyone. Thanks for joining us. I'm Rory Johnston. After the hate group showed its...
I don't know about anybody else, but when I seen it, I was like, I prayed there was a worthy outcome that we could enjoy. You know what I mean? Like hands and feet, Orisha type outcome, because that was unnecessary. You know, we have to hear fuck shit 24/7 about how we're not ever equal to or whatever. And then they need us, you know. They need us for shit. I sat back like that, like, don't even know what to say, you know, except how I feel.
Self, even disrupting a Metro Council meeting. News Channel 5 Chief Investigative Reporter Phil Williams decided it was time for them to answer some questions. Phil, you discovered some of these characters have Not surprisingly to me, skeletons in the closet, right?
That's right. And one of the things that I wanted to know is what a lot of you have been asking, why Nashville? But I also wanted to look hate in the eyes and show just how ignorant they really are.
Hitler was right! Hitler was right!
For days, out-of-state neo-Nazis have made a scene on the streets of Nashville with their symbols of hate. Officers just doing their jobs. They're on what is now the Diane Nash Plaza, named after the civil rights legend who came here to confront a Nashville mayor and a community's racism. We decided to confront the hate that has once again reared its ugly head.
You ready to debunk the flyers? I told you I stopped being a Nazi. What's your thoughts about you lying in the media?
Yeah, I'm curious. Why Nashville? Why did you guys choose Nashville?
The only place that respects freedom of speech. Yeah, this state actually respects freedom of speech, but communist Jews like yourself don't.
John Minadeo, a Californian who moved to Florida, leads the Goyim Defense League, which goes around the country.
First of all, Minadeo sounds pretty motherfucking Hispanic to me. I don't know. I didn't really have to do any research to know that fucking dude was not he was not pure in his bloodline. Not a little bit, not even a little. It's like a fucking Nick Fuentes type, or that other dude that's went and served time, who was Cuban or whatever. That's how I looked at it. I was like, what? And then Goyim is like, isn't that like, it doesn't sound alt either, alt right or whatever either. Sounds like another. That sounds like a motherfucking seasoning pack to me. If you really ask me, like the Goya seasoning shit. You know what I mean? For all your Latino flavorings.
Trying to create scenes that they hope will bring them attention and followers. One of their favorite tropes, falsely accusing Jews of being pedophiles. You really dislike pedophiles, don't you?
Yeah, do you? Do you like this? Wait, get a shot. Get a shot.
I have a photo of you with a pedophile right there.
Yeah, you got kicked out of our group.
That's Minadeo on the left, and on the right, a member of his group, Jesse Schenck, who was busted 3 years ago when he tried to meet up with someone he thought was a 14-year-old girl for sex. One of your own group was a pedophile.
No, he wasn't. He got set up by police, and he got kicked out of the group.
He tried to have sex with a 14-year-old girl.
He got kicked out of the group once we found out.
So he's not one of the guys wearing a mask?
What are you doing?
It was not a question that Minadeo wanted to answer.
Pedophile protector! Pedophile protector! Pedophile protector!
In fact, this tactic, resorting to yelling as a diversion, would play out again and again as we attempted to confront the group with facts about the lies they tell their follower. And over, it became clear that these are people who are blind to any facts that don't confirm their hate. How many of you guys have criminal records?
What's your criminal record? Catching kids?
Not surprisingly, there are quite a few arrests among these characters. Minadeo spent a month in jail last year after authorities in Florida got fed up with the group littering their neighborhoods with its hate messages. Others, we discovered, also have a variety of criminal charges on their records. Can I be honest with you guys?
You're a loser, scumbag.
When I look at you guys,
time is coming to its end.
In fact, what I saw was a group of wounded, angry men who've never accomplished much in their own lives, looking for someone else to blame. I really feel sorry for you guys.
I don't give a You're gonna grave soon, you dumb sellout boomer. Boomer.
It's kind of tough to watch. Phil, they got right in your face there. You stood your ground, tried to be reasonable. I mean, but it was a little tense. What was going through your head?
Well, honestly, I think my overriding feeling was sadness. These are really pathetic human beings, and they just don't seem to recognize it. Frankly, I think that's how most of Nashville and Middle Tennessee views them as well.
Yeah, just so angry at the world.
And sad.
Yo, it's Big Ant, the spokesman, man. We back. Another edition of Urban Politicians TV, UPTV. Make sure you stay on your pivot at all times, man. Had to come tap in, and I just wanted to come spill the real and raise a little bit of awareness right quick on this video that's starting to gain steam and trend online. People reposting, resharing, and it's starting to become a part of the conversation today in the culture. As y'all seen, these adults, grown men in their 30s and 40s and who knows, maybe older, disrespecting black kids in Nashville, Tennessee, calling them niggas, monkeys, and pushing the stereotype on them in their face and laughing and mocking when they see that these kids are upset, rightfully so, because at that age in this country, you start to know what these things mean, that they are calling you less than a human, and they are saying that, yeah, you this and you that. And think about it. What type of person you got to be an adult like little Johnny boy here to talk to some kids like this? And that is zero tolerance. We not accepting it in things. People can feel how they want to feel about the word. We know what the meaning is with the word. When people tell you it's just a word, that means that they're trying to excuse the behavior of this country today and the past. It's centuries and centuries of chaos behind that word when you put it in that context in the way that they were directing it at kids. The thing is, bro, you got to be sick mentally, emotionally, and as a human to think, I'm going to go to little kids and disrespect them with these type of things. We don't do that in our community. But in this guy's mental lost, psychotic brain, this is what they do. And it's so crazy because little Johnny boy here was trying to be a nigga at one point in time. He is a failed rapper out of California. See, that's what the internet gonna do, is gonna document things, and that's what I tell y'all do on Urban Politicians TV. I called people like him nigga needers. Yep. At one point in time, he was trying to be accepted with the black culture. I'm not gonna promote his music here, but when you look it up online, you can see he had music videos. So you were investing in taking time out your day to study black people, try to fit in and get accepted by them. Trying to be down with them, studying their lifestyle, studying an art form that comes from black culture. But now you is in another walk of your life because you failed, like the guy on the news said right there. And they did a good job of pulling up on y'all and pressing y'all in that moment and just pointing out that y'all have no base, no facts. Y'all are just out here because y'all failed in life. Because if you would have made it as a rapper, you would have still been trying to be down and fit in and be cool with everybody. Mm-hmm. And it's crazy because I think this guy might be Hispanic for real, as he's been arrested in Florida. And right now they get a group of rejects, and people think because they gather in a group, they put these shirts on, they bold enough to put these things on and stand outside, that they really have it together. They don't. These guys are failures in life. We're not playing with the kids. You feel how you want to feel about the word.
Oh, let's find out. Let's move along, because that's been all.
They just wanted to mess with black kids like us and just mess up our day and stuff.
Support is now growing for a group of boys after they had racial slurs hurled at them in downtown Nashville. Thanks so much for joining us at 6. I'm Marius Payton.
And I'm Lauren Lowry. Today, we heard from one of those boys during a news conference put on by State Representative Justin Jones.
They told our Danielle Ledbetter they are finding the courage to pursue what they once loved.
That's them kids' passion. They love to do it, and they taught themselves.
Ashton Lee gets emotional as her son and his friends play the drums.
That's because it was taken away from them. And now that it's brought back, like, it's just a relief.
She says it's the first time they're playing the drums since a hate group called them a variety of racial slurs while they were playing the instruments downtown. A video of the encounter has since circulated around on social media.
At first, I was angry, but now I'm happy because they get to do it again.
Detonio Wilson, one of the boys, recalled what happened to him during the news conference.
We didn't do nothing to them. We was about to go home. On our way home, we went around them. They called us bad words, and we didn't say nothing to them. They just wanted to mess with black kids like us and just mess up our day and stuff.
Representative Justin Jones said he called Wednesday's event to condemn the hate group's actions. He also called the police reaction to the boys in the video a failed response. Today, in a statement, MNPD responded, "The hatred is shocking and reprehensible."
I know, be better than them, though.
MNPD said officer body camera video shows that members of a police team moved in to de-escalate and walk with the children away from the group. Lee says seeing everyone there made her feel less alone in her fight to help her kids feel protected.
It give you a relief. It give you a big relief because just to know them kids is not out there by themselves. And they help my mind at ease.
Which allows her kids to continue to play to the beat of their own drum. Danielle Ledbetter, WSMV4.
Let's see. Let's do one more. Cause yeah, that was I was hoping for some sort of outcome. Anyway,
The fight against hate continued tonight in East Nashville.
Many people are still outraged by hate groups demonstrating all across our city, with the most recent group caught on camera yelling racial slurs at children.
Our Sharon Dankwa spoke to the family of those children who gathered today to come up with a solution.
For weeks, these kinds of demonstrations were all over the city, sparking outrage and fear from grandparents like Kanita McLemore, who say on Sunday afternoon, her greatest fear became a reality.
He was like, Granny, I didn't say anything. He said, because I was scared. He was like, I walked away. I wasn't trying to let them do nothing to me. He said, because they were out there saying everything to us, and he was scared.
A video circulating the internet shows hate group members yelling racial slurs at children, including Kanita's grandson and Jessica Mitchell's son.
Sometimes you got to ignore stuff, but sometimes you got to speak out.
The group of mothers, grandmothers, and community members stood together Thursday afternoon to talk about a plan that'll help them fight back against this hatred.
Showing unity, structure, and solidarity. Letting people know that you can't do our kids like that.
Senyata Brown says he organized this meeting to help mothers fight through this injustice.
It's not a black and white thing. It's a humanity thing. But to see grown men talking to a child like that.
Parents say the group of kids were walking home from playing bucket drums along Broadway.
I can't, man. Man. Cuz just said it's not a black or white thing. It clearly is. It clearly was that day. Like, you can't even like, man. That's an inclusive talk. It's about humanity. Fuck, look. You got grown-ass white men, white Cuban mixed men, whatever, white passing Latinos claiming they neo-Nazis and I don't know what else, hollering fucking racial slurs at little young black men, little young black boys. It's a racist thing. It's a racial thing. You can't even say it isn't. You can't say it isn't. You can't say it's not a black or white thing because it sure as the fuck is.
Without permits, when they were met by a hate group before police walked up to escort the kids away.
Be better than them, though.
Talking about how to get the kids sidewalk. Talking about how to get the kids sidewalk permits.
First of all, they just little kids playing bucket drums on the sidewalk and they need a fucking permit. You know that right there is racist off top. It's like anybody saying that you can't have a lemonade stand, and you're little things like that, right? But they'll let immigrants sell shit off the street all day long. They'll let anybody fucking sell on the street all day long, right? So that right there is racist. And then as they're talking, the cop says, "Be better than them." Cause that was it. Like, first of all, you can't even talk to them. You shouldn't even talk to them. You're with them. You're protecting them. You're not really protecting them. You're just walking with them so that you fear that one of the little boys might throw their bucket at them or something and just get crunk. That's what it was. You're just another scary ass white person trying to talk about being better than them. Like, come out the womb better.
How to do the things the right way. Like, we're not going to use this to be violent, to be uneducated, going different routes to get things done.
Some of the children's parents believe some community members aren't handling the situation correctly. So mothers and grandmothers are taking a stand.
What is the community going to do now? What are the steps you all are going to take forward?
Kanita says she'll be advocating for these kids until the hate stops. For WSMV4, I'm sure.
My thing is I would not follow that dude down any hallway. That right there is like, oh God. All right.
Aaron Dankwa.
Well, now
There is another meeting set.
We got our answer. And we're thankful that the little boys are safe and whatnot. They did manage to get their words out and speak. Very, very, very happy about that. Now, in response to this, let's talk about I talk about Patriot Front. Yeah, they've been all over the place lately, doing these little marches and whatnot. So I came across
3, professionalism and publicity. The organization places significant emphasis on
I came across this video,
folks who are
and it's from the PBD podcast. But I came across it. Normally, I might listen to some of their stuff. This will be the last video because I think I'm running a fever, y'all, and I gotta get off the thing. So this will be the last video, and I just want to highlight the founder and what he says, right? The way he comes at old boy, the way he talks to old boy, right? So I want to talk about that. Notice my queue got a lot of black militia shit at the bottom of it. I say shit, but a lot of black militia. Like, I miss that. I really miss that. And I feel like the little, well, where are marches at? You know what I mean? Like, maybe they just need to pop out and show them. You know what I mean? Here we go. So, it's called White First. Patriot Front founder Thomas Russell admits truth about Fed Connection and PBD podcast. Okay, so I liked it. Dude was so forthcoming. So here we go.
Stop walking around from the Patriot Front with this guy named Thomas Russo. They look like feds. Are they feds? Are you with the feds? Is this manipulation? Why has the FBI been following this guy who's 25 today? FBI started following him at 17 years old and walking around saying he's America first. But there was one point in the first part of the interview, you're going to learn a lot about the guy. Second part of the interview, I asked one question, one suggestion, and he got triggered. You will see it when this happens, and you will definitely learn what they're for, his views on Trump, how weird it is, and his views with others. You're definitely going to learn what the founder, Thomas Russo, of Patriot Front is all about.
31 members of the Patriot Front were found in the back of a U-Haul and arrested for conspiracy to riot at a Coeur d'Alene Pride event.
One of the Texans arrested is Thomas Russo.
Thomas Russo on your screen there, along with over 24 other members of the Patriot Front, with a group with matching clothes, riot gear, and shields, believed they were en route to riot at the Pride event. Other members were found guilty of their respective charge and received 5 days in jail, a fine, and were banned from Coeur d'Alene parks.
So just a couple weeks ago, we saw this clip of a group of people representing an organization called Patriot Front, led by a man named Thomas Russo. And this video went viral. If we can play this clip, this is in D.C. This is I think this was May 13th. This thing got 11 million views. And they're marching. A lot of people started asking questions. Why are these guys wearing a mask? Can we find out more about the founder? Are these guys tied to the Fed? Is this a Fed thing that they're just kind of trying to manipulate to make it seem like folks who are voting for Trump are part of white nationalists? And this is ran by a leader who is known for his role as Patriot Front, a white nationalist and neo-fascist organization in the U.S. Now, we've read this many different places. So this prompted a couple different people to react to it. Rob, if you can go to the bottom of the comment section on one of the other tweets where Elon Musk responded. So here's them. If you show the clip at the top first. Wall Street Silver, the fact that the legacy media shows zero curiosity about unmasking these guys tells us 100% that these are federal agents or paid stooges of one of the agencies. The media has been instructed by the FBI or to just report that Patriot Front exists, white supremacy, et cetera, again, pinning this against Trump. Ian Chung asked the question, does a phenomenal job himself. What's the deal with these Patriot Front guys' vehicles? Their license plates are completely blank. Good question. On the bottom, Elon Musk's asked question. Seems like they should be followed and unmasked. Why doesn't the media or government care about their identities? Go a little lower. Even Alex Jones responds saying, if you look into the group they came out of the events of Charlottesville 2017, the former leader admitted to working for the Obama campaign. I'm going to do a report on this. Anyways, this leads to even Joe talking about this on a podcast. You can play this clip. Can you raise the audio a
We're
little
not
bit?
aware
Rob?
these people are
Okay, there
this
we go.
fucking organized. Out of nowhere, they pop out with the same size flags and the same outfit on, goose stepping. They're walking, not goose step, but walking in this at the same pace in a fucking orderly line. Like who organized this?
This is them on their bus. I thought this was going to turn to the video of them walking.
See the video of them walking. Is that the video of them walking?
These are linking to blog posts. So it's not going to
Fast forward a little bit, Rob, to see what he's looking at.
How come they're all wearing the same clothes? Look at these guys. Where's the fat people? How come they're all wearing the same clothes? Do that again. What the fuck is this? Have you ever seen anything that looks more like feds? Tell me that doesn't look like feds.
He's asking a good question.
Right?
A lot of people are asking the same question.
Bro, look at this. These guys are all runners.
Okay,
These guys
now
are really
go to
just
the
got out
next
of
one,
buds.
Rob, where there's a clip of them going to the train, and then cops are standing right in front. We could play this clip right there, Rob. You had it. And then, so that's them going away. Get all the way at the top. At the escalator, there's cops here preventing people from going down. Why are they being protected by the cops? Anyways, I got a few other things. I just have a lot of questions. And so we reached out to the founder, Thomas Rousseau. And, he's been, based on the things you read, he's been followed and I don't even know, this is 2017, the FBI, who was on the FBI watch list. I think it's 2017 or 2016. It was early on as a young man.
in high school.
Yeah, in high school, he was being watched to see what he's going to be up to. And you've said a lot of interesting things. Number one, I was surprised that you said yes. So obviously you'll answer all this stuff. A lot of people want to know. My question for you is, why did you agree to do this interview?
I agreed to do the interview because it seemed like a great opportunity to clear the air about a lot of these things. There are a lot of these misconceptions, and you see, when you have a lot of the explanations on something which is very new, a lot of people do not know about Patriot Front. And when we do these big marches, one of the chief, the ends of the march is to inform a lot of people about what Patriot Front is. And during that realization process, you have a lot of confusion. But when we actually are able to sit down or able to have a conversation, you're a huge proponent of free speech.
Mm-hmm.
You're a huge proponent of people who love America.
Mm-hmm.
And I think we are extremely in common in those two things. Maybe we have a lot of differences about other things, but we believe in speaking. We believe in rational
For
discourse.
sure. Yeah, absolutely.
And I think, this was a great opportunity to be able to clear the air and help.
Okay. What do you think about Joe Rogan, Elon Musk? What do you think about Joe Rogan, Elon Musk, and Alex Jones?
What do I think about them personally? Or
Yeah,
what they've
just
done?
what do you think about them and what they've said and what they stand for generally?
So as far as Alex Jones, I think he has a lot of interesting theories about the world, and I think he's right about a lot of things. I think he is wrong about a few things, and one of them being Patriot Front.
Okay.
He even said when we were doing a march in Austin, he said that we were going around harassing children of color or something to that effect, which is not true. And Alex Jones should know that as somebody who a lot of people have said things about which are not true himself. But I have a lot of respect for any man who stands up in the political space and has a lot of slings and arrows thrown at him, especially for the ends of free speech. Elon Musk, in the same way, Patriot Front is still banned on Twitter. I myself am still banned on Twitter, but I do believe Elon Musk has done something to enhance the amount of free speech on Twitter. And you could say he's interesting as an entrepreneur. I'm not a businessman. I watch some of your content about the EVs, but I'm not qualified to speak on those matters, but Elon Musk, I think it's interesting in the realm of free speech and in business. Thirdly, Joe Rogan, I think he's an excellent entertainer. And in that clip, I believe if it was allowed to play a little bit longer, he does clarify he's not an authoritative source on this. He is an entertainer, and this is just his off-the-hip comments. And I even think it's a little bit complimentary, him pointing out how there's no fat people, because I'll take it if that's the only thing about us.
So listen, man. So how well? What are the benefits package of the feds? Like, how well do they pay you, man? Like, is there like
They don't pay me.
They don't pay you?
Nope.
Okay.
I'm not a federal agent. I am not being paid by anybody. And actually,
Why do you think so many people that are trusted don't believe you?
I think it is partly astroturfed. I think because it is so convenient. Because when we do these big things, we are presented to millions of new people, because it is a spectacle when we go on march, when we have the drums and the banners and the uniforms and the masks. It is engineered to be something which is spectacular. It is very out of the ordinary, and people watch it. And it's very easy for a lot of conservatives, I believe, not the ones here, but a lot of conservatives to dismiss us by saying that's not real. It's fake. You don't have to engage with these people. You don't have to engage with their ideas. You don't have to engage with the fact that the political landscape might be bigger than you previously thought. So it's an argument of convenience, so that they are also, a lot of people are worried about guilt by association, because the left throws around words like white nationalist and neo-fascist, and I haven't called myself those things, but the left throws around these labels wantonly. And a lot of people decide, okay, well, I'm going to stay away from anybody the left labels with those things. But the thing is, these aren't real definitions. These are insults. They're labels to censor and silence people. You know, when they call you racist, when they call you a Nazi, when they call you all these things. And it's a lot easier for some people to say, hey, I'm not a racist. Those guys aren't even real, as opposed to saying, hey, you know, these are patriots. These are nationalists. They may not be like me. They may not agree with me on everything.
Yeah, but that's different, though. You're saying the left. You know, Musk had a meeting with Trump the other day.
Well, Musk wasn't using those terms exactly.
No, I know, but Musk doesn't trust you and your camp based on what he's saying. Like, hey, let's investigate these guys. Joe Rogan is a very reasonable guy.
I agree.
Guy that's and some may even from the left are sitting there saying, why would Alex Jones criticize you and say you were tied to Obama? You know, and one of your founders was, you know, doing stuff with Obama campaign.
I know what he's talking about.
Tell me.
So Alex Jones is familiar with Charlottesville, and I believe what he's talking about is one of the organizers of Charlottesville, Jason Kessler, did publicly work for the Obama campaign at some point years before. But I have never worked for the Obama campaign. You can search for a million years. You'll never find a single statement of me ever supporting Obama. And Alex Jones said he'll release a report on that matter in a week or two. I don't think it ever.
I think if he sees this, he will react to the same. So Jason Kessler, I just pulled it up, is an American neo-Nazi white supremacist.
I've never worked with him directly.
You've never worked with him directly?
No.
So you guys have never spoken, never done anything together, no communication?
We spoke at various times at Charlottesville. Off and on.
So what do you and him agree on, you and Jason Kessler?
I do not know the man personally. I don't have a list. He has changed his beliefs several times throughout his political career, to the best of my knowledge.
When's the last time you spoke to him? Like, is there an allegiance there where you guys get on?
No, there is not.
When's the last time you guys had communication?
Years.
Okay, got it. So let's set that one aside. So let's go to.
But that's where I think the Obama fact is coming.
Okay, so again, this is the great thing about asking questions. You know, the audience can go do their own due diligence, and people can react to it. Let me continue. So, your position. I'm reading some of the stuff that you've said. An African may have lived, worked, and even been classed as a citizen in America for centuries, yet he is not American, okay?
Yes.
He is, as he likely prefers to be labeled, an African in America. The same rule applies to others who are not of the founding stock of our people or do not share the common unconscious that primates throughout our greater civilization and the European diaspora. The American identity was something uniquely forged in the struggle that our ancestors waged to survive in the new continent, not simply by birth, by one granted this title, but by.
See what I'm talking about? I have a heart condition, goddammit. Do you see what I'm talking about, though? Their ideology and what he's saying. This is the Patriot Front guy. So, Black family, pay attention.
At the degree to which he works and fulfills the potential of his birth. So, what do you think? Like, if you were to break down what you believe in, do you want America to be a place where it's all white nationalists and nobody else that's not a white nationalist will be here? Would that be an ideal situation for you?
Not necessarily, and I believe that might be a bit of a leading question. But when you're talking about that statement in particular, and it is from an older version of the manifesto, it has been updated and clarified. But when you look at different groups, different groups in America, Blacks have been very much culturally, economically, socially, and even legally distinct from what we call white Americans, or I simply refer to as Americans, for the entire history of this country. And from the 1600s to the 2020s, there are groups in this country that are very distinct. And when I say American, I'm not referring to purely as a citizen, but I'm referring to a member of the American nation, which I believe is a cultural, as an ethnic group, just like Iranian, just like a member of any country from Europe. But I believe we should treat the native true-born population of America in the same way that other countries are purely allowed to recognize that somebody from this country has a unique cultural background.
So pause right there. You said there's a lot to unpack right there, family. Since they said it correctly, we were treated like, so distinctly differently. Pause. It said, and then the true-born native population of this nation, right? He's going to go into that, which, whatever he says is going to be some bullshit. It's us, not them.
And this isn't to say that blacks are not here, that they do not have a unique culture on this continent. It is simply to say that they are so distinct, both racially, economically, socially. Segregation still exists de facto today. Many communities are largely one or another population. I believe these differences are so distinct that we ought to consider them as different nations, perhaps within the same government.
Okay, so what does that really mean? Going back to my question.
Sure.
I'm from Iran.
Okay.
Okay. My mother's Armenian. My dad's Assyrian. I came here in November 20, 1990.
So let me just back this up for a second. If I'm saying what I think he's saying,
It is from an older version of the manifesto. It has been updated and clarified. But when you look at different groups, different groups in America, blacks have been very much culturally, economically, socially, and even legally distinct from what we call white Americans, or I simply refer to as Americans, for the entire history of this country. And from the 1600s to the 2020s, there are groups in this country that are very distinct. And when I say American, I'm not referring to purely as a citizen, but I'm referring to a member of the American nation, which I believe is a cultural, as an ethnic group, just like Iranian, just like a member of any country from Europe. But I believe we should treat the native true-born population of America in the same way that other countries are purely allowed to recognize that somebody from this country has a unique cultural background. And this isn't to say that blacks are not here, that they do not have a unique culture on this continent. It is simply to say that they are so distinct, both racially, economically, socially. Segregation still exists de facto today. Many communities are largely one or another.
The fact that he could have went anywhere with this whole thing. The fact that he just started off with blacks just shows you truly where this is really about.
Other population. I believe these differences are so distinct that we ought to consider them as different nations, perhaps within the same government.
Me saying that, like, he ain't fucked up with us delineating and being our own nation of motherfucking people here. I'm not fucked up with it, if that's what he's saying. But I don't think that's what he's saying.
Okay, so what
does that mean? That we get to rewrite the whole Constitution, bylaws, and all, with caveats and whatnot? Is that what he's saying? Is he gonna be happy with that? Are they, the white nationalists of the world, gonna be happy with that? Fuck no, that's nothing. Like, you know what I mean? In a perfect world, yeah, right.
What does that really mean? Going back to my question.
Sure.
I'm from Iran.
Okay.
Okay. My mother's Armenian. My dad's Assyrian. I came here in November 20, 1990. June 20th of 1999, I become a U.S. citizen. I joined the Army with a green card. Okay. What do you consider me? Do you see me as an American or do you see me as an Iranian?
I would think you are a citizen. You are legally and civically a part of the United States. And I would classify you as a good citizen. You are a businessman. You have brought a lot of value to the country. However, I would say that you are distinct from an American. And I am not somebody who believes that everybody who is not American is by default worse than.
Mm-hmm.
I don't put the world into that kind of hierarchy.
He's basically saying, because you are tethered with American privileges.
But I believe there is a distinction there. And when you're talking about, what I would want to do, I think immigration should be restricted. I think all of the illegals should be sent home. I think anybody who lied about their naturalization status in order to get it unlawfully should be sent home. Like Tucker Carlson, you spoke with him recently.
Mm-hmm.
He mentioned how everybody with a dual passport should have to choose.
Mm-hmm.
Things like that are a great start. And I think you would really be able to help demographically secure the country. But, are we asking, should the United States have anybody within its borders in any civic capacity, which is not a national, which is not a true cultural, assimilated person? I think there is some room for that. And I think there's some room for that in a lot of reasonable governments. But what we're talking about today, or what we're talking about in the country today, is the fact that should these globalist policies be allowed to completely transform the cultural and demographic landscape of the country? And I believe that would make it something entirely different.
So my sons, their mother is white. Their mother's white. She was born in Texas, Houston, Texas. Their dad is Middle Eastern. What are my kids? Are they American?
I would say they are half and half.
So if they're not born here to you, they're not American. If they're not, so what do I have to be fully American in your eyes?
You personally?
Anybody.
So an American, I believe, is a member of the European race, any of the nations of the European race. And they not only, you aren't American simply by being a member of the European race. You have to have lived in America and assimilated to the American culture, the American heritage, which is harder to do nowadays because our culture has been so diluted. Things have been made much less sincere, I believe, when we look back at our history. So somebody not only a member of the European people, but also specifically a member of the who has assimilated to the American nation, just like anybody might assimilate.
Got it. So have you done ancestry on your family?
Yes.
And what showed up? What came up for you?
I have ancestors from both my mother's and my father's side that go back to the 1700s before the Revolution.
And where do they come from?
Scotland, Britain, and I have some French and German ancestry as well.
Was it 100% Scotland, Britain? And was there anything from the Middle East at all?
No, not that I know of. No.
0% from anything else.
Entirely European. Yeah.
So for you, ideally, let me go back to it, because on another article, when you're talking about the Patriot Front's propaganda tactics and dissemination methods. Let me just read this to you. This is an article written about you. You can react to it. So Patriot Front prioritizes the dissemination of propaganda as a core feature of its organizational activity. Here are some of the key tactics and methods they use. Physical propaganda dissemination. Members are required to participate in physical propaganda dissemination and attend public events as a condition of membership. This could involve distributing flyers, posters, and stickers in public places. Okay, cool. Online presence. The group maintains a careful public image with propaganda and public activity intentionally void of overt racism and hateful conduct. This sanitized public image allows for wider reach to others who may be sympathetic to the worldview. Okay. 3, professionalism and publicity. The organization places significant emphasis on professionalism, publicity, and membership growth. Okay. Next one, recruitment. Patriot Front quietly recruits new members who are worried about a nation overrun by immigrants and a world controlled by loose. Their propaganda acts as a funnel to more extreme organizations and ideologies through their online presence and organizational affiliation. You can obviously dispute that, but it says recruits quietly. So I'll come back to this. Intimidation and vandalism. The group engages in a mix of vandalism, intimidation, and to foster anxiety. They use attention-grabbing techniques like igniting smoke bombs during demonstrations and protests. Secrecy. Patriot Front communicates secretly and avoids talking about guns or violence online. This is done in an effort to avoid attracting negative publicity and government intervention. Which of these do you think is inaccurate about your organization?
So they say that we use colored smoke at demonstrations or banner drops to instill anxiety or fear. That's a ridiculous point. You'll find photographers using colored smoke for attention-grabbing photos. It's the same reason we do it. They're entirely harmless. And private communications are so that we can hide things from the world. No, your company here, I don't imagine every communication between all of your employees is public. You can't look that up on Twitter. When you're talking about recruiting members quietly, I don't know how we.
How do you recruit them? Where do you recruit the guys from?
So
where do you find them?
We have a website, and people find the organization on any of our publications, or they see us in person, or a lot of networking in person happens. There's a lot of peer-to-peer contacts. And they will contact us. They will submit an application. There will be an email process, and then they will go through our membership process, which is somewhat proprietary because we do take vetting very seriously. We do take security very seriously. But that article, it was written by somebody who does not think highly of the organization.
Of course, I get that. No, I totally get that. So If I wanted to go to apply for the application, is this the way to go through it, or what's
That would be the page, yes.
And is it a list of questions that I'm going through, or what's the? Or
As
is there like a face-to-face interview that eventually ends up happening?
There's multiple stages. Yes, there is the application page, and as you would fill it out, more things appear.
Are you asking me questions in the interview process, or no?
There are questions. There's in-person things. There are.
But in here, what kind of questions would you ask me?
So,
can you, Rob, just put it in there? Let's kind of go through. I'm curious to know what the questions are.
Yeah. So you have your email. That's so we can contact you.
What would you describe your political beliefs?
Yep.
Do you live a healthy lifestyle that includes regular exercise? Okay.
You can tell a lot about a person.
Sure. Yeah. Have you described your religious beliefs? Okay. What are you looking for there? Mainly, are you looking for a specific faith, or faith is not the key?
It tells you a lot about somebody, so it is a
Okay.
general, very good conversation starter. Most all of the organization is Christian or other traditional European faiths. We do not permit members who are Hindu, Buddhist, Muslim,
You do not.
Judaic. We believe that would come into conflict with our sort of America First principles of wanting a very native-born ideology.
Fair enough. So why do you want to join? What are you looking for here?
The fact that he keeps saying native, I'm like, you know, shall we remind you that you yourselves are not from here? Colonizers, not from here, not native to this land. I mean, your lineage alone states that you're not native to this land. So, yeah, we could just end that right there.
Yeah, well, it really depends on the person, because it's somewhat open-ended, because I want to find out what somebody is interested in. What sometimes people say, oh, well, I want to join because I want to go get people or whatever. And okay, trash, right? Somebody says, I want to join because I want to help people. I want to join because I feel alienated due to my political ideology. I want to join because I've seen y'all slandered in the media, and I feel like that's unjust, right? And some people join just out of spite due to what the media says about us. Some people join genuinely because they have a deep attachment to the country. They have a deep attachment to the traditions of America, and they see Patriot Front as one of the more preeminent organizations showcasing a very traditional American view of patriotism. You know, again, there's many different examples.
What skills do you have to benefit the organization? Activism. So you value activism, planning an organization, video editing, outdoorsmanship.
We're looking at where somebody's coming from.
Okay.
What kind of skills?
Activism is kind of like, so, okay.
If somebody's previously been involved in an activist organization, perhaps. Yeah.
How did you hear about us? News, sticker, stencil, flyer, demonstration, community outreach, social media. Okay. Have you read the manifesto and reviewed our updated page?
Or the updates page where we talk about our actions and various things. And the question being the manifesto there is it's kind of a good hint that somebody should go read it if they haven't already.
If I put yes, does it open up for more options? Or
no,
okay,
that will be the full
so that's the end of it. So this gets sent into you from here.
It gets sent in to people who manage them, yes.
Got it. And it's from there. What is the recruitment process? What's the next phase?
Well, then we talk with people, digitally, and we have a whole script that we go through. We ask them a lot more about themselves. We ask them a lot more about their ideology, about their character, because character and morality is very important. We're not just an organization that recruits, we think you're American. We think you're one of us ethnically and culturally, so you're good to go. No, we select for men of character, men of good conduct, men who...
My question is cuz trying to see, fill it out like, all right, I'm talking to you right now. How are you going to disqualify me? Because that would be kind of a rip if he was. Because dudes already basically said, hey, look, guys, you're tethered. Like, no. It doesn't matter if you married a white woman and you have children. Children are half, so they're anchored. You're anchored here, so no. That would be a no.
Who are disciplined enough to be in an organization with rules and with security and with practices upon which there are stakes. And after that, there could be several in-person meetings, which are variable depending on what we've learned in the process so far and where you might be going and what local representatives you might be speaking to.
How did you learn how to do this? Who taught you these tactics?
Well, I got started in political organizing, on the sort of, it could be called the right-wing fringe. I don't like reducing things into purely left and right, but, the nationalist politics. I started organizing at 17, 18, and Patriot Front is a result of 7 straight years of adaptation and evolution and A/B testing. Because, like you've gone through many different jobs and business ventures in your life, Patriot Front has gone through many iterations, many updates to its structures, because what Patriot Front is doing in its particular realm of politics, when I showed up, I was fresh out of high school. There was not a handbook written out. There weren't all the rules. Nobody was there to say, hey, don't do this because this is going to happen to you. And we have had to find out a lot of things the hard way, but we do really well in trying to find out mistakes before we make them because, you're familiar with the violent tactics of anarchists and Antifa, and you're familiar with the people online who will try to find somebody's identity and use it to destroy their lives. There's a few videos that have gone viral of, somebody who the left and the internet thinks has done some racist thing, and they get millions of views. Their life gets turned upside down. They get kicked out of college, all those things. So there's a lot of security matters that come into place there, and we've had to build that up over time.
Have you ever had conversations or communication with the FBI?
No.
Have you ever met with the FBI?
No.
Why'd you think about it?
Well, I was wondering if at any point in our marches in Washington, D.C., we'll often have a lot of cops come up and talk to us.
Yeah.
Usually those are regular DC Metropolitan Police. Sometimes I believe there's a few lieutenants in there. Could there have been one of them who's an FBI agent who walks up and says, hey, why don't you? I do remember a few times. I don't know if he was FBI, though. But there was a gentleman who walked up to the front of the marching column and said, hey, you're obviously the one in charge. I'm not wearing a mask. I got the big hat on. He said, hey, next time you're showing up to Washington, give me a call. He hands me a business card. I'm not interested in talking to the FBI. I ripped it up.
How many members do you guys currently have? Is it 160?
No, it is considerably above that, but the exact number I'll keep it a little bit proprietary.
I guess what I'm asking for is of the people that you have that's above 160, how many of them are active? Are a lot is it a lot of
in the
active?
90% range? Yes.
So 90% of the 160 is active.
Well, we have a membership that's in considerable excess of that.
Okay.
And we are not a strictly political organization like a lot of people might think. We're not a political party. A lot of what we do is community organizing. A lot of what we do is fraternal, where people have family events. We engage in charity efforts. We, the paper activism you see, where it's a poster, it's a sticker, it's a flyer, it's a banner. That is just one side of what we do. People also engage in career networking. People also engage in physical fitness and training. We host sporting events. We host outdoor treks and hikes and things of that nature. We host workshops. We teach people how to, perhaps you might need some homesteading lessons. Perhaps you might want to start up a small business. Perhaps you might want to know how to rappel down a cliff if you're doing rock climbing. Anything goes, really.
Small Christian national home business, huh? Whoa.
Because we do all those things. And actually, you mentioned in that article you were reading before, it says we avoid talking about guns. We don't do anything with guns. One of the biggest things that the FBI uses to entrap people, and I think they do this maliciously, is they will go into a political group, often one that likes guns, a militia type thing, and they'll say, hey, do you want to buy this illegal firearm? It's really cool. And the person will say, I think so. And then, game over, right? Members are not even permitted to talk to each other about what guns they might own. Nobody is selling or buying or modifying any firearms from each other. We have these security measures, solid, concrete, in place because we want to prevent, we do a lot to prevent anybody with bad intentions. They don't have to be in the FBI. There's lots of people in the world with bad intentions, we do a lot to prevent those people from even getting in. But even
you trust the FBI?
Not at all. I think the FBI is a very politicized institution, and I think, frankly, it should be abolished and perhaps something else should replace it. I don't think you should be able to get away with murder by crossing a state line, right? There should be some way for laws to be enforced on that scale. But the FBI itself, I believe, is so bureaucratic, it's so politicized that it should be completely gutted and replaced.
Thomas, of the people that have applied to your organization, okay, some would say the reason why you don't want to give the number is because it's a lot smaller than people think. And when you're small, you have to act big. And when you're big, you have to act small. So maybe you're trying to act big while you don't have a lot of members and you're having a hard time gathering a lot of people. That could be one position that some people may take, whether it's true or not.
Yeah,
it is what it is.
They may say that.
What have you had any of the people that came to apply that were former FBI members? Any of the folks that applied? We
screen and we ask people about if they have any government background, whether that's working for the post office or we have a lot of veterans. And we have never uncovered an actual FBI agent. Now, this does happen, and this happens all across the political spectrum. But a lot of times, if somebody's information is put out there, if somebody's name gets big on Twitter for some sort of fringe political thing, this happens, with Antifa too. This happens with even Trump supporters who post a message about, sometimes they say, hey, that person should have something bad happen to them. Next thing you know, next morning, you got 2 plainclothes FBI officers knocking on your front door, and they say, hey, we have this tweet printed out here. What would you like to say about it? That has happened to members, but the FBI, I don't believe, engages in the type of undercover infiltration that a lot of people attribute to it as much as people think.
So yes or no, you've never recruited anybody that was with the FBI before? You've never had any. So are most of the people in the organization that get recruited, what percentage would you say are former military?
Somewhere maybe around 15 to 20%.
Oh, so it's not a big percentage. Is there
1 in 5?
It's not a lot.
Okay.
I would have thought it would have been more. And not in a good or bad way. I just would have thought, because everybody looks like they're in shape. So maybe the guys that you're getting are CrossFit guys. I don't know who you're getting because these guys are in shape.
Sure.
Why wear the masks?
Masks are engaging in the practice of anonymity. And I think the government, because if we don't trust the FBI, if we think government institutions like the FBI are politically motivated and they do use people's personal information to silence them, to censor them. And not only that, but the media, they talk about, oh, well, why isn't the media identifying them? Because it's really difficult for them to do so. And it's a lot easier for them to publish the types of articles that they do. Anonymity is a right, I believe, that falls well under the First Amendment of the Constitution.
Okay. What do you think about the organization Anonymous?
I don't have a really fleshed out opinion of the organization Anonymous itself. I'm not sure if it's really a single organization or if it's done anything lately. It might have done some good things. It might have done. I'm not really familiar with
any inspiration from them.
No, not necessarily. No.
Any connections with any of the guys from Anonymous or no?
I've never known anybody who's been involved with that.
Got it. So, records obtained by the Texas Observer show that the FBI has been monitoring you since at least May of 2017. Now, May of 2017, you're how old at that time?
I would have been 17 or 18.
17 or 18 years old.
And I think where that comes from because at the time, a lot of people...
Let me just finish.
No, please continue. Yes,
while he was still a student at Capitol High School for his own flyer distribution on Dallas area campuses. So
that's it.
Why would FBI follow a 17-year-old kid? What are they worried about with you?
Maybe they were worried that I would start a much more successful political organization than the one I was in at the time. But at the time, what's more realistic is a lot of people were putting up a lot of posters and flyers at college campuses around the country. And the FBI probably had some political movers inside that said, hey, keep an eye on these things and get all that data because we think some of these people putting out flyers, maybe they're dangerous. That's all they need. The FBI doesn't need.
That doesn't make any sense, though.
The FBI doesn't
just
have a
worried about you with flyers.
Perhaps it was part of a larger trend that was happening in the country. The FBI doesn't have a high threshold for needing somebody to look in on something.
Yeah, but for flyers, there's hundreds of thousands of people that put up flyers. You want a 17-year-old kid is put on a FBI is monitoring them because of just that?
I think it's as crazy as you do.
You think so?
Yes.
What do you think about Nick Fuentes?
I do not have a really one way or the other opinion on Nick Fuentes. I think he has a lot of correct opinions. I think there's plenty of things that me and him might disagree on. I have nothing against him personally. He has had some complicated opinions on the organization in the past, but I think he is broadly somebody that is pushing the boundaries of free speech and pushing the boundaries on perhaps conservatism, even patriotism. So I would say he's done some good in his political career.
Who on the America First community has publicly supported what you guys are doing?
There have been a few podcasters and pundits who I believe have made positive statements.
Who?
I believe one of them, Ryan Sanchez, has come out in support of us. Not people on the same level as Fuentes, but there is some support on that side of things. But
why do you think why do you think they're uncomfortable with you?
I think
you would seem to be somebody that they would say there's a young man, Thomas Russo, is doing XYZ.
Yeah.
Why are you not getting that? Why are they so uncomfortable with you?
I think there might be a level of perception of competition or a perception that there may be more enmity. You find in a lot of fringe politics that there is a lot of kind of my team, your team tribalism, which is something I really try to move past. I've never made any public statements against Nick Fuentes, and I really do my best to avoid making.
So, family, I was doing all that marching. That guy right there and all his ideations, he seems to have it, I guess, together as far as that is concerned. But in order to end it out, let's just go and just let's just take a trip down memory lane. I have to edit those. Like,
Yes, sir. Let's sound the fuck out. Black power. Black power. Black power. Black power. Black power. Make sure your firearm is pointed down at the ground all the time. So you just going to carry it straight up, make sure it's pointed straight up. Never in a left or right direction.
They starved us in Natchez. We are on a cemetery. We're walking on the bones of our ancestors.
Power. We got some of the best trainers, the best defense and military trainers out here on the planet Earth. Is that right? Black power. We got some of the best organizers out here to be found anywhere on the face of the planet Earth. Is that right? Yes, sir. Y'all ready to honor the ancestors? Yes, sir. Black power. Black power. Black power. Black power. Mama, can you see? Mama, can you see? What Mississippi done to me? What Mississippi done to me? Mama, can you see? Mama, can you see? What Mississippi done to me? What Mississippi motivate me, motivate me. Forward, march. Keep the line straight. Look to your right. Be even with the person next to you. Look to your right. There you go. Hey, there you go again. Black power. Black power.
The days of sitting back, black people, is over. Arm yourself or harm yourself. Stop being so comfortable.
That's right.
Stop being so comfortable. You make them feel uneasy. They supposed to be afraid.
That's right.
They supposed to be scared.
That's right.
You understand what I'm telling you? Stop apologizing for being black. You dig? Them days is over. We ain't standing for the shit no more. We ain't sitting down. We ain't laying down. You dig? Some bloodshed needs to be had. So be it. Black power. Black power.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the last final message. Black power. She said it right. And that was quite an old little track. She said it right. Shouldn't be scared no more. Shouldn't be laying down taking all this bullshit. And she said it right. Black family, we are at war. Can't be fear-mongered into voting blue no matter who. We can't be fear-mongered into this inclusive shit. Can't keep taking whatever they give us and keep handing this to us. We ain't gonna get nowhere. Right now, I'm kind of on this black alpha tip. We kind of single-handedly just fucked up the democratic system. Yeah, you can't pander to us no more. You know, they thought they had black folk in the bag. Both parties. You know, they thought they had the black vote. And no, that's they don't. They don't. And that's the way it should be. That gives us a choice. You know, you can look into third party options. You know, you can look into third party options. Let me show you the third party option real quick while I'm sitting here. Real fast. We'll show you this little I got it in my queue, but after this quick little video of Cornel West, he did an interview the other day. After this quick little interview, I'm gonna log off. I have to. Finally, I'm running a super high fucking fever, and I gotta get off. I'm waiting for Jesse to come here, and it's about to start raining. Hopefully, he'll be here soon. So, we're gonna watch this quick little interview with
today, not tomorrow, not next week. Today is the day. I hope you will donate to support.
Hey, it's Jordan. Delighted to be joined by Dr. Cornel West.
You know, when everybody say, well, you know, the fellas like to argue about you know, what's the next option or whatever, you know, on Frontline Black News and Chicago's Black Experience Enhanced, and I gotta step back because I'm still kind of holding out for some real good shit to come out of it. But man, they make it so hard for the third party, right? Well, and independents and whatnot, but they make it hard for black folk everywhere. I'm just gonna say that. But I like what he was saying, so I'm gonna play this for you. Yes, there's more. He did an interview, a couple interviews with some other people that we follow. But I can't play that right now for y'all because, like I said, I think I have infections. I'm running a really high fever, so this is the last one I'm gonna play, and then I'm gonna get off right before Jesse gets here. So,
West, independent candidate for president, author, scholar, among many accolades. And I wanted to get your reaction because, boy, when the Democratic Party wants democracy to work out, it sure happens very quickly for them. Less than 24 hours, actually. The Democratic Party, it seems, in a well-organized campaign, has basically anointed, coronated Vice President Harris as the Democratic nominee. They say there will be an open convention, but you know that's all theater because it does not seem anyone will really challenge her or have a chance. Big donors have already pledged $150 million in less than 24 hours. She did raise over $80 million, a lot of that small dollar. But I wanted your reaction because, I mean, one of the reasons you said you ran third party is you didn't think you could get a true Democratic opportunity to run in the Democratic primary. What are your thoughts on the party fighting for democracy, shall we say, expediting that very quickly for Kamala Harris?
Well, I think, brother, you're seeing a Democratic Party that's being true to itself. That it's a plantation that's run by the paylords and the overlords who shape the framework and act as if they have democratic concerns, but have very little at all. All you have to do is be a third-party candidate or an independent candidate and try to gain access to a ballot in various states. We've been doing this for a while, and as you know, we're increasing exponentially. We're up to 12, 13. We're going to be up to 25, 30, and 35 fairly soon, but we're cutting radically against the grain. But I mean, the reality is, though, brother, is that the predatory capitalist greed that sits at the very center of both parties, it sits at the center of the duopoly, makes it very, very difficult for people to feel as if they can really raise their voices and make a fundamental difference. Usually it's the fake version.
I have to agree right here because we've seen it first beforehand with Jesse's run right now. I mean, we're seeing a lot of motherfucking just blatant kind of, I want to say a little bit of disrespect, but just to ignore the fact, just that right there in itself is disrespectful. So we're seated. Excuse me, family. We're seeing a little bit of sneak dissing and side talk, and he's right.
And that's what we saw with Obama. That's what you see with Biden. That's what you see now with Kamala Harris. And it generates unbelievable excitement, and understandably so. There's no doubt about that. People are desperate. People are deeply frustrated. But they too willingly consent to their own oppression because they too willingly confuse the grasshoppers with the butterflies.
That's like comfort voting.
Which is to say they think that what is real is going to be something that can deliver. And in fact, it turns out to be just another semblance. And I think with Kamala Harris, there's no doubt she wants to be the next Obama. The Black community now is fired up across the board to see whether, in fact, we can have the first Black woman and the first Asian woman president. And you say to yourself, but the same forces are in place. Her capitulation, the big military, is still in place.
Yep. See, like, you know, that's what I'm saying. You can't rebrand this situation. Like, forgive me, Black family. Forgive me. Let me just get through this, okay? Trying to pass out on you. I'm not tired. I'm running a fever, so give the dogs some grace. You can't rebrand Kamala Harris as anything but what she is. You know what I mean? So when sisters are telling us that she the first black woman, you know it's a lie. You know you're selling us a fake bill of goods. It's another lie that a Democrat is telling us. And if you want any kind of votes, you better stop with that lying shit.
The Wall Street Silicon Valley still in place. Her capitulation to Apex and the various lobbies that are actually supporting explicitly genocide.
Right. You're not changing nothing. Everything she has is coming over here with is not changing. So
her connection to Africa, what's going on in Sudan and so forth, you see. Well, what happens to the commitment to truth and that? What happens to the commitment to justice? Because we're creating a terrain now where it's just either or. You either opt for the militarism, you opt for the Democratic Party plantation and its lies, or you opt for the fascism. And you have to, they figure that's either.
That's true. That's true. And that's what we've been saying all year. There's no real choice. It's one or the other, right? And there's like you know, when you take a test, multi choices, man. There's multiple choices, A, B, C, and D. Right? They don't give us that. They didn't give us A, B, and C. And so you're getting the same shit. It's not a Harris administration. It's still a Biden-Harris administration, technically. Nothing new is happening. Oh my God, I'm about to drop this. You can't change it. It's already said.
Or there's no space left. Well, that's been the history of so much of the American left, and it's certainly the history now at this particular moment. And it makes it in some ways more difficult, and it makes it in more ways more imperative, as it were. And that's something that we have to take very, very seriously. And that's why our campaign, has been attacked on a number of different levels in a number of different ways.
Something I found astounding for the last 3 weeks, I mean, pretty much all of the coverage on cable news, in print, digital, has been will he or won't he, drop out, and Democrats panicking that they were going to lose to Trump. But there was no mention on any of those platforms that there was no mention during this coverage that there were other choices that could
Well, that's
construct
right.
full
Right.
sentences.
That's right.
After the debate, were you contacted at all by any of the major media platforms to, give you a chance to, discuss your candidacy, considering they were claiming
That's right.
the sky is falling, we're going to lose to Trump? I would think that they could have put forth that there were other choices.
That's right. That's exactly right. But no, I think, as you know, I mean, MSNBC and CNN are basically state propaganda for the Democratic Party, and they're very explicit about that. Brother Van Jones says a word or sheds a tear and so forth. It's all within the framework of the Democratic Party and its plight and predicament. Very much like Fox with the fascist Republicans and the Democrats now with their own various kinds of
kind words,
fascism, be it abroad or be it tied to mass incarceration regime. And the real challenge now is going to be, how does one attempt to
Apparently, my brother, who we actually have legitimate, logical conversations about politics here, stepped in the room. You can't see me like off camera, but we actually have real conversations without Mr. Paris or my sister being involved, because then we could actually dialogue, and we have been taking little bets here and there. So far, he's 3-0 on the winning side. He's all the way. He's all the way up. We're gonna throw some money on it, but me and him we don't do money. They don't do money. We do gentleman bets because in our family, me and him, we got the touch, but we do gentleman bets between me and him, and we've decided to keep our political dialogue amongst ourselves, because speaking to our sister and our that's your brother and my mate Jesse, we will never get it. Their political thought process is like, whoa, and it's confusing because it's like its own special brand of bullying. So in order to have fair dialogue, I gotta wait till the whole house is cleared out, and then me and my brother can have these conversations. So he popped in at the very tail end of the show as we wait for Mr. Paris, because his sister's running a high ass fucking fever. This way, so it's Cornell West. The camera's on, no one can see you.
Discuss your candidacy, considering they were claiming.
That's right.
Huh? Okay. Do I have one in there too? It was a Dr. Pepper. No, it was a little one.
The sky is falling. We're going to lose to Trump. I would think that they could have put forth that there were other choices.
That's right. That's exactly right. But no, I think, as you know, I mean, MSNBC and CNN are basically state propaganda for the Democratic Party, and they're very explicit about that. Brother Van Jones says a word or sheds a tear and so forth. It's all within the framework of the Democratic Party and its plight and predicament.
Because he cried. He cried when Biden dropped out. But Van Jones is an emotional ass man. He cried.
Very much like Fox with the fascist Republicans and the Democrats now with their own various kinds of fascism, be it abroad or be it tied to mass incarceration regime. And the real challenge now is going to be, how does one attempt to be constant and consistent in a space where it looks like it's shrinking in terms of people's attention. Now, right now, things are what they are. They'll be different 2 weeks from now. They'll be different after the convention. For all we know, even a convention may not be a coordination. There might be some dissension even there. And the racism of the Democratic Party could become even more explicit. The sexism could become even more explicit as they move toward the nomination of whoever it is, Kamala or so forth. One just has to be constant and consistent enough and not panic and feel as if in this quickly moving situation and zone that one has to in any way give up, sell out, or cave in.
Damn
You
right.
know,
So.
See, that's
You
that's what I was impressed by. He's so calm, you know, because man, the Democrats were them man, the motherfucking fear that went through everywhere. It even went in our city. Like we're talking about fear mongering and bullying. Cause talk about a sister, and I kind of went over it on a little bit on Frontline Black News that one night when I was going off and I had to calm down. I just can't take me to places like that, man, because my opinion, I just won't stop. But this sister had man, she said, okay, well, if you don't want to give it to Biden or give it to Biden, then get behind a black woman. I mean, get behind Kamala. And I was like, cuz on both of them, I was like, no, right? Because first of all, now Biden's out. Sisters, you can let the fog lift. You ain't got to ride around with this bullshit ass narrative because it's not true. And you're selling us again another lie and a fake bill of goods. Like you want to speak to black people, start by that. Just start right there. That right there. Start right there. Don't refer to her as that. Not completely. Start with what she leads with. Southeast Asian or Indian or whatever the fuck that is. You know what I mean? Start with that because that's what she leads with. That's how she led. You know, she leads with that. To rock around this narrative that's been propagated in y'all going so heavy in the paint with it. Real FBA sisters going so heavy with it. It's like you're a problem. You're really gonna be a problem, and you're promoting a problem. That's a problem. That's a problem. Just to start, if you want to start fresh, you got 3 months. You got to start with telling the truth.
We were on the campaign trail for Bernie Sanders 4 years ago, and I think it's very clear. All the media that's feigning ignorance. Well, we didn't know Biden was like this. I mean, it was evident to me 4 years ago. Maybe not as bad, but it's very clear. It was very clear he was compromised. Do you think that the media, the Democratic Party, knowingly kind of covered up his true status even when he was running?
There's absolutely no doubt about that.
Because it seems to me that they were willing to roll the dice on Trump winning 4 years ago in order to stop a progressive.
That's right.
Your thoughts?
You're absolutely right. That you pointed this out. Brother Tim Black has pointed this out. Even the Young Turks, Brother Shank and the others have pointed this out. That there's been a massive cover-up. A number of them have been lying. Even Kamala herself came out and said, oh, the debate was a slow start, but a strong finish. No, my dear sister, that's not true. Well, it's just a bad night. Let's try that out for 8 days. No, that's not true. So you got these vicious fascist lies and crimes coming out of Trump, and you can't fight fascism with more lies and more crimes. If you're not going to get at the root of it, economically, speaking to the needs of working people, ideologically, hit their white supremacists, male supremacists, transphobic and homophobic sensibilities, and their anti-Muslim and anti-Palestinian, anti-Jewish, anti-Arab sensibilities head on, then the country's going to...
Don't panic, Black family. Just because it is the anti-Black, it's almost like you don't need to say it. It's coming from him. You don't need to say it. It's coming from Cornel West. So if you feel like he didn't say it, it didn't speak to your Black, insides, he don't need to say it. It's already it's already part of the conversation. So he don't need to say it. It's Cornel West. That's pretty much what he's on. He's just referring to all the other anti nonsense.
To go fascism one way or the other, because you're just living in a sick country, and nobody's going to tell the truth. Sooner or later, the fascism, of course, fascists specialize in the efficacy of lies that will hide their crimes, be it in Gaza, be it on the south side of Chicago, be it on the reservation, and so forth. You see, And if there's no space left for in the journalistic world, people to actually not be tied to big money and tell the truth, if there's no space left in the universities for people tied to truth, rather than looking for the next upward mobility move or the next careerist move, then sooner or later, of course, you're going to get fascism. You reap what you sow. The seeds of destruction are always there. No doubt about that.
And speaking of the genocide, which the media has pretty much stopped covering, even when they were covering it, they were, sugarcoating it.
Yeah,
but it's reported now that as Prime Minister Netanyahu comes remarkably invited to speak to our Congress, Vice President Harris will not be present behind him. Seems to be obviously trying to have her cake and eat it too, satisfy AIPAC and pro-Israel donors, but not optically be linked to Biden's policy. What are your thoughts that she's not going to be there behind him?
I think it's her attempts to symbolically speak to our precious brothers and sisters, part of the abandoned Biden movement, is putting pressure on her. And she wants to somehow do something symbolically that has little to do with policy, has little to do with stopping the siege, little to do with stopping the genocide, little to do with stopping the ethnic cleansing and so on. That the $5.3 million she gets from AIPAC, brother, that's going to be much more influential than not meeting with a gangster named Netanyahu. Let's just be very, very honest about that, you see. But that's the ways in which the political terrain is so corrupt and is so driven by mendacity and criminality, the legalized bribery and the normalized corruption. We're seeing it more and more clearly every day on both plantations, Republican and Democrat, you see.
Thank you. All right, good to see you in here. Good to see you in here. Thanks for stopping by. Please hurry so that this fever. I just popped a couple of aspirin. I want to finish showing my my option for president, or use by at least the third party candidate option. Forgive me, family. I'm starting a couple more minutes. I want to show that and then get off for a little bit. Yeah. So thank you for stopping by. Yeah. It's starting to rain. So, are you leaving now? Okay. Let me take this off. Yeah, I picked Cornel West because I like how he's talking right here. I like what he's saying. He's covering everybody else's fucking things, but I like what he's saying. I just like that it feels very honest to me. When I voted for motherfucking Obama, there was something I voted for him because it seemed sincere. It seemed honest to me that first time. I'm pretty sure I voted for him the second time. I don't know. Fuck, man. I thought I didn't vote in one of the presidential elections either. And my brother told me that I filled it out and I think I chucked it on the counter. I think he turned it in for me. So I would not know. But I'm gonna have to look that up. It's either the couch or Cornel West for me. No, brother. No, mine is small. It was okay. No, he'll bring one. Wait, come back here.
And it is a challenge. I did just see your
way over
interview with my sister Jill, though, man. I'm getting tired of Jill lying about me.
Tuition-free online learning from Destinations Career Academy of Colorado lets you take the.
If you had a
Jill Stein been lying on Cornel West, right? Or when we say lying on Cornel West, I would say she had some fucking shit she had to say one time when it was on It's on his show too, where she's talking about how they wanted him to be on the Green Party, and they thought that he was a shoo-in for a win, whatever, and something about how he bowed out, and then he went his route, the route he'd been on. And my thing is this, like, look, Black people, you know, when you get out of something, you know there's a reason for it. You know there's a reason. Either you don't have to tell nobody, you know there's a reason for it, and it's usually because you don't like how somebody's trying to manage you, or somebody's trying to push you into some shit that you're not necessarily comfortable with. And so I had talked about this a couple of times throughout Frontline Black News and the RVA. And to hear Cornel West say, I'm tired of that
Conversation with him. Do you think he should?
Both plantations, Republican and Democrat, you see. And it is a challenge. You know, I did just see your interview with my sister Jill, though, man. I'm getting tired of Jill lying about me.
If you had a conversation with him, do you think he should drop out so that the third party left could be unified and you are on more ballots objectively?
So let me say, I don't believe in telling people they can't run. So I would not say that. Okay. What I would say is, would you please think strategically here and take a look at France and how we actually beat back the fascist threat? I think it's really important to look at that. I would love personally to hold a conference and have progressives come together, and not just the candidates, but other progressives as well. And let's brainstorm strategy. Let's brainstorm genocide. There are 1 million people, according to the World Food Program, up to 1 million people who are going to die in the next month from this genocide. Do we just want to have a symbolic campaign, or do we really want to ratchet up the pressure on empire? Because you don't have to win the race in order to win the issue. Simply by being a strong, unified campaign, being on the ballot, none of us can afford to either get on the ballot or to defend ourselves against the limitless deep pockets of the Democrats to come after us legally and throw us off the ballot. So our only hope for 1 million people who are under attack right now, who've been tortured for 9 months, have been absolutely living hell. The only hope for them is for us to assert maximum pressure in this election. And I think every candidate who says that they want to stop genocide needs to think strategically about how we actually do that. If we have a voice which is on the ballot across the country, then we cannot be locked out by the media. But if we're not on the ballot across the country, they will lock us out. We will not have a word in edgewise in this election. It will proceed as though everything is fine in Israel and in Gaza. It will not get the time of day. So I think it's really important for people to put aside their personal ambitions and to really take a good hard look. I think this is hard for any candidate to do, which is why this shouldn't just be among candidates. In my view, this should be about the progressive community coming together.
Personal ambition, I dare her use that kind of language. Personal ambition, what is she talking about?
And if people don't know, I interviewed Dr. Stein, who's obviously running the Green Party nomination. She didn't outright say you should drop out, but she did insinuate that, you know,
but she said put personal ambition aside and drop out. Who does she think she is? She doesn't think she has personal ambition. She said explicitly her addiction.
That's right. That's right. Just go ahead, Black man. You disagree about what? Oh man, I don't want to get Jesse. I don't want to get thrown into your little conversations about. Okay, great. Okay, cool. Okay, cool. All right. Thank you. I think yes, sir. Yes, sir. You see that? You see that FBA attitude right there? Who in the hell does she think she's talking about? You see that? That's right. One more again.
Aside and drop out. Who does she think she is? She doesn't think she has personal ambition. She said explicitly her addiction to running for election. The Green Party itself, given its wonderful history that I support in many ways, but it's never been fundamentally committed in fighting the legacy of white supremacy and its connection to Cap. It's done some wonderful things. It got wonderful people in it. In my experience with her arrogance, her condescension, her haughtiness, reeking of racist sensibility that I could go into, that I've refused to go into up till now.
Get her, Cornell.
I got all kind of details on that in relation to Green Party and my campaign, brother. I can tell you that.
That's right, black man. That's right. That's right. He's like, this old racist ass witch trying to talk about me, cuz like, yeah. That's right, black man. That's right. Don't let that sit. Oh, Karen-like ass bitch. He's like, she over there just trying to showboat and shit. This old fucking raggedy ass witch.
Reeking of racist sensibility that I could go.
These are, I can go. I got time today. That bitch is reeking of racial sensibilities. Ugh. That's right, black man.
Go into that I've refused to go into up till now.
Because I have class.
I got all kind of details on that in relation to Green Party and my campaign, brother. I can tell you that, but I'm not going to go into that.
We got a little time if you want to share.
No, I just want.
That's right. We got a little time. He's like, don't get me started. Don't get me started. That's right, black man.
The people to know. I want the people to know she needs to quit lying on me too. If you're gonna have fascist lies and you're gonna have the Democratic Party lies, I don't need the Green Party lies either.
Just one day before the attempted assassination of President Trump, I gave a speech in Las Vegas calling for a unity government. I think most Democrats and Republicans know deep down that this toxic polarization is unsustainable. Crises.
Was there something?
I'm fucking opportunistic. I'm laughing because the day Biden dropped out, man, 2 hours later, he was holding a press conference. And I was like, whose house is he in front of? He got that shit together so quick. So fucking quick. I was like, damn, optics fucking a little opportunistic. Yeah, he was just like, questions. My God. I was like, oh my God. He was like, only I can save the presidency. Come on, cuz, stop it. Oh my God. It was so opportunistic. He was like, shit. Internet's been busy for about an hour. I got 35 minutes to pull all the news crews over here. I'm gonna stand right in front of this nice looking house. Go.
During your experience with the Green Party that made you think that they're not serious about racial equality?
It was more a personal thing of a certain disrespect in the use of the Green Party's apparatus as a way of my campaign being a vehicle for the mobilization of their petitions and the fights over trying to get access to the signatures once we got it and the spending of the money and so forth and so on. No, I don't want to go into all the details. I've held off all this time. She continues to lie about me. I don't like.
There you go, Cornell. That's some class right there. I told you there was a reason. You just didn't want to. You don't want to tell. He's like, this is just minor details that I don't feel like going into.
That I don't like lies. I don't care if it comes from a Jill Stein of the Green Party. I don't care if it comes from a Trump of the Republican Party. I don't care if it comes from a Kamala Harris of the Democratic Party. Lies are lies, and they're tied to ways in which we can get at the truth and justice. And how would you? Somehow, I'm the one that needs to drop out and tell Sister Melina Abdullah, my vice presidential running mate, that she ought not to be, and I be a VP for Jill Stein. Please. That is so pathetic and ridiculous and ludicrous.
And how would you answer? Because you're not someone who's accused of, being egomaniac or, some type
Well,
of grifter.
listening to her,
Right.
you would think that. You see, that's what turns me on.
how would you answer what the main mission of your campaign is? Because obviously it's an uphill climb to win. What do you see, being that it's not for you some vanity project? What are you hoping to get out of this campaign?
What we're hoping to get out of the campaign is three things, brother. One is to keep alive a legacy of truth-telling and justice-seeking. Second, some organizational capacity that is able to live after. The Green Party's had 35 years for that. And we're able to get almost as many states as them. And I just started just a few months ago, right? And third, the most important thing is to live a life of integrity and honesty and decency, so that in fact, young people and older folk will be able to say that these folk did hold on and attempt to tell the truth. That's why when my dear brother Daruba called, and he just turned 80 years old, with Brother Kalanji facilitating this for United Front, I'm all for United Front with anybody. It could be Sister Claudia, it could be the Green Party, it could be Revolutionary Communist Party, whatever. But a United Front is different than asking somebody in one party to drop out and join us. No, please.
And,
I'm too old. I've been black for too long to hear that from somebody.
Right. I know that's right. That's right, black man. That is so fucking right. I'm too old. I've been black for too long. Woo! He did have that time though. He was like, man, oh, raggedy ass Jill Stein lying on him like that. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is why I choose Cornel West as my third option, or the ever-loving Black Couch. The Black Couch can always get it. You can always get it. But I strongly believe, like, just right there, and this is a recent interview. Just right there, that gave me joy to my heart. Like, that's a real motherfucker right there. He's like, tired of lying on me. Yeah, man, I'm too old. I've been black too long. You know what I mean? This is a real black man statement. It lit up my little old heart. Yeah, so we're gonna leave it right there. So that is my choice. I figured that I'll give y'all a little taste of something. Like, family, as entertaining as this was, I have to go. As you can see, Mr. Paris is on his way, and me and I'm gonna go sit in the back and let him propagate the room as he wishes. I just I'm like very, very ill. I feel ill, and he kind of likes to command the dollhouse for a little bit. Well, at least the back room, nobody commands the front. You know what I mean? Leave that for my brother. So he's coming over here to help me get myself together. Apparently I have I'm like viral prone, and so like I've had major surgeries over having catching a virus of some sort, or some sort of ailment. I solved one problem, and then another problem pops right up. So I blame the European side of it, and me just not being able to fight it off as well as I could. So I kind of needed his help today, so to help me at least move this infection a little bit, and I can get some rest. So I thank y'all for staying with me for this little brief version of the revolutionary agenda. I hope you learned much today. I hope you learned a little bit about that damn Patriot Front. And we ain't giving no passes. There's no white passes given in any format, not with them white Cubans that want to, or white Latinos, white passing Latinos that want to be so fucking alt-right, so so pure-blooded. You're just like y'all look silly. Y'all just like wannabe. Doing their bullshit too. There's no room for that. And you see that shit in the street. We should band together like the Panthers. You know what I mean? We should do that. We should do a couple little marches because I'm really getting tired of seeing that shit every couple of days where the Patriot Front or some neo-Nazi wannabe liberal fucking shit is marching through somewhere trying to make a scene. I'm glad that the little boys made it home. I'm glad that the little boys were able to speak to the news and whatnot about their feelings. So I'm glad there was a little outcome to that. I think people when we come with these leadership roles in the community, I wouldn't follow none of these motherfuckers anywhere, especially when they refer to things as not black and white, when it's clearly racist. It's clearly black and white. It's clearly a problem. You can't refer to situations like that as a humanity issue. No, there's something clearly wrong with them fellas, but they're racist. They got that shit pouring through their fucking colonizing blood, okay? And that's just what that is. Fucking devil. I would say that's our future warrior class. So, we should do better by making sure they're not alone. Making sure that they are walking with somebody grown, you know what I mean, to take note. And not depend on these white police officers to make sure they come around unscathed. That's not their job. They're not for the protection of those young men. I was gonna say them youngins. I was gonna say the youngins right there. All I'm gonna say is that we need to do better in protecting our future and our future warrior class at that. By all means, they had the heart and the balls to say what they had on their heart, and they didn't like that shit. They didn't like seeing that shit. And we could all take a lesson of bravery right there and being able to stand up against racism, white supremacy. When you see it, say it. You know what I mean? However, all that fire in those little bodies, they would say they're not big men, they're still little boys. And they still require a great deal of nurture and care and protection. And we can't ignore that. We can't ignore that they can't just be out maneuvering around the street by themselves, So get off your motherfucking ass and walk with them. You know what I mean? Walk with them. Go with them. Be with them, so that they don't have to be verbally assaulted. So they don't have to go home with ugliness on their heart every night. Do your motherfucking job as a parent. Get up off your ass and walk with them. If you can't find somebody, will. But they need to be protected. Need to be looked at. Need to teach them some activities to protect themselves in case they get grabbed up by some fat fuck wanted to call them bad names. Because that could have happened if they were one-on-one by themselves. You never know. You know what I mean? They were outnumbered and outmanned and just trying to get to where they were trying to go. So, yeah, you have a job to do, too, and your job is to protect the future. And that is them. Your job is to protect the future warrior class, the future, the women and the future little girls that are going to be grown black women here soon. You have a job. You have a fucking job. And that means walk with them, take them, guide them, be with them, protect them. It's all we have left. The world is trying to get at them. I don't have any children. Not any. And one day we'll probably have one before I get too old. Another one. But I'll tell you this. I protected my children. Maybe I couldn't protect them from me. But I protected my children when I was outside with them. Almost to a point of fucking annoyance. I held their hand everywhere. I didn't want them to go nowhere without me. Because I was taught that it was a cold, cruel world out there. And it was. It is. I have seen some very ugly things with my own eyes and experienced some very horrible, horrible fucking things behind racism. And none of my children, they may look like me in the face. They may look like me, but they're all raised different. They weren't. I didn't have a chance to really raise them. And one of my children was raised amongst the whites, and it's completely different based on the way she looked from jump. She looked like my mother. That's something I couldn't happen. I could not help. However, I do remember protecting her. I do remember, walking with her, holding her hand. None of my children will ever have the same experiences as I had my whole entire motherfucking life. But I do know this, that if I had a child right now, I would do the same fucking thing I did before. I wouldn't let them out my fucking sight. I would protect them. I would keep them at home. I would teach them at home. I would fucking give them all the fucking tools they need to go out in the world. And if they wanted to go do stuff, I would be right there like a fucking stalker. I could never have my child out there in the fucking harms of the world, trusting that they're going to have fucking a good, safe time, or B, not come back unscathed, or not being hurt somehow by fucking racism and white supremacy. You might say it's deflection, but it isn't. We live in a fucking world where that's all a motherfucker like me has seen. Racism, white supremacy, and the fucking ills that go with it. So we have a job. And you parents that have children that are young, between fucking school age and high school, about to graduate, you know goddamn well you need to be on their ass. Anything like that could happen. Stalking is not wrong for just following your kid around, whether it be on a GPS monitor, on their phone, or you just happen to be casually cruising through the neighborhood you told them you think they're at, or watching them leave for school, or watching them be at school, casually in the cut. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with being involved. If they say it's too much, fuck them. Then that means you need to do more. You need to do more, because that is our future. That's our fucking future. If we don't protect them now, who will? If you don't teach them what white people say just to pacify them, who will? You don't teach them the shit that comes out of these fucking white folks' mouth as it's okay or whatever, and they don't need to do this and they don't need to do that. You don't teach them what you've heard your whole motherfucking life is lies and propaganda. Who will? Ask yourself that. If you're so easily fucking wooed into fucking the lies of the democratic system, you need to teach them how not to be. Listen, we're coming up on an age where this next generation is going to have the control of the vote. And you think they're going to want to vote Democrat or Republican? No. I'm pretty sure that everybody's going to start sliding over to the independent side and sliding over into creating all new ideas and maybe not even have a fucking duopoly. The world is going to be their oyster like it was supposed to be ours. And we fucked up. Now we got to fix it for them. And that means doing our fucking job. As long as we have breath in our body, we need to do our fucking job. And that's to protect them and fight for them and stand up for them and be involved. It means maybe putting this motherfucking other shit on the couch and really being involved in what's important to us. Listen, Black family, you heard what the Patriot Front guy said. You heard what he said. They think that we don't belong. You dig? So we need to teach them a whole different way of thinking and a way to protect them. We need to teach them how to protect themselves from a young age. Because now, this rate, we're about to watch our own people start divesting into Hispanic things and more Latino things and more interbreeding and fucking things aren't going to be as FBA black as we want it to be. Have you thought about that? Have you thought about what you're going to say about that? You know, I think about this. I think about this all the time. And it's very fucking important. You know, we need to do better. Like, seriously, fucking stand up and do better. A lot of these people in our community, they're not leaders. They're showboats. They're for show. They're for the camera. They're whatever. I wouldn't follow half these motherfuckers in my own fucking city down a motherfucking dark hallway. I wouldn't follow them to fucking McDonald's. I wouldn't follow them to the kitchen in my own house. I wouldn't even let them in my own house. That's how serious it is for me. Because I don't believe in their leadership skill sets. I don't believe that they could adequately think ahead. Some of these motherfucking people here we got in our city that follow a certain line of fucking democratic coon-like thinking. They come from the cultural center or whatever, and they interlooped with all these people. They think they kingmakers. They think they can just do and say, but their fucking thoughts are wrong. Their ideologies are wrong. They're fucking confused, and they can't even see the fucking confusion. And right in the same face, in the same place where one future politician and another politician can't even have a dialogue because they're afraid of each other. Why? Well, he ain't afraid of her, but she's afraid of him. Why? Because one, he's too black for politics some days. And her, she a sellout. And she don't want to be confronted with the truth. That's it. That's just what it is. Sellout. Anytime you could tell you a real sister, but you could tell us to vote for a lie, even knowing that you shouldn't. And as you speak that truth, you know that they haven't done nothing specifically for you that's tangible. And you try to sell a fake bill of goods just for what? What do you get out of it? What does all the shilling cost? Like, I know it costs your soul, but what do you get out of the shilling? Like, is there a paycheck involved? Is that why y'all do it? Like, and for every Democratic shilling moment in public, you get like $30, $50, some shit like that. There's got to be a fucking benefit to it all. Because when real motherfuckers look at shiz, we just like, Lord, let's pray for their soul. You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. I'm saying that because it's the truth. I question the motives. I question what you get out of shilling for a party that has never given you nothing. Just voting blue, no matter who, has never really given you shit. If you look in your own city, you see exactly what voting blue has gotten you. You see how unhappy you really are. You see how your pockets aren't really as full and fulfilling. You can't vote red because red is just right now not even fucking an option if you're be realistic. So you should just do your research and either take the couch, vote the almighty black couch and go on black vacation, and or vote the third party option and really do your research and look into fucking Cornel West. Would I say RFK Jr.? No. Because RFK Jr. is an opportunist, as he's been showing lately. Doesn't matter what he says. Is that you, brother? Okay. He's about to be here. Stay tuned, family, for tomorrow's episode of Frontline Black News at our usual scheduled hour, being streamed, hopefully from the dollhouse. I feel like when it's streamed here, then I can participate because family, and you think I was be at MIA, I'd be really, 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 truly sick, and my medicine it puts me down. So I gotta get off right now here shortly. If you see my face right now, I'll be like super flushed. I look a shade of I'm not really pale, y'all. So I know like almost like a fair skin, milky mulatto-ish kind of color, but the sun loves me. So I'm in my honey wheat peanut butter, blue lid. Okay, so but right now kind of looking a little peakish, like a little green, like nauseated. That makes sense. So stay tuned for Frontline Black News coming tomorrow, Saturday. And so my brother did. Okay. I don't know what Jesse's agreeing to, but I'm sure he'll tell me. Catch up with Shabaka's Black Experience and Answer, excuse me, Grand Rising with Shabaka and the Chase. There was came out this morning. I guess they gave Sarge that business. Catch up with that. I can't. I didn't want to get into it with them, with the fellas. They're the Sarge and the fellas, man. It's like there's no room in the world for little old me to fit in and squeeze in my little 2 bits, with Sarge and the fellas. That'd be Che and Shabaka's. So tune in to our catch up on that live. Catch up on that. And thank you for watching the Revolutionary Agenda season 4, episode 13. I have a queue set up for 2 more episodes of the RVA coming where we're gonna go over this interesting I want to call it. It's called the look at it real quick. I'll tell you exactly what it's called. It's hold on 1 second. I don't want to mess it up. It's about we're gonna go over 3 little documentaries. It's called Retribution. Okay, so we're gonna go over they so far they put out 2 episodes, and they're about an hour and some change long. About an hour long. It's Trump and the Future of the United States of America, 4 corners, and it's ABC News in Depth. So it's called Retribution, and so far I've watched 1.5 episodes. Just for the simple fact that over here at the Dollhouse, I practice a full range of thoughts. I want to hear what everybody's thinking, and also we're also going to look into After America, episode 4, white supremacy, red alert, right wing extremism, threat to democracy, which is just a little over an hour. And it's a deep dive with Sean C. Fetting. The reason we're watching a lot of this white supremacy shit, family, is that you must know your enemy. You must know your enemy by all costs. We gotta at least know what they're fucking talking about, thinking about, and what's being given to us. The media has done a fine job of confusing the fuck out of everything. So at least we can use our black eyes and black minds to fucking read through the propaganda and see through it. So I'm gonna do this next one. It's gonna be a let's watch together type of show where we go over those 3 little docs. And then we I'll probably give my opinion about it. The first one I seen about the Retribution was it talked a lot about the people involved with Project 2025. It talked about Trump. It talked about a lot of different things. There's a lot of separate little interviews in there. I found it quite interesting. Nothing I could really take from it, but just I found it interesting, and I thought that we should all watch it because it's not difficult to stay on all black topics. It's not at all, not even a little bit. But we need to see what the fucking other shit is going on. We need to see what's going on in with all these things related to Trump, We need to explore all these things related to Homala. I mean, like, how the fuck they expect us not to treat her differently when we were talking shit about this broad for like 6 years, 36 years, you know what I mean? So it's really hard. Like, there's no going back from that, Bentley. I just can't. I can't go from talking shit about you for 3 years and all of a sudden kissing your motherfucking ass, putting money in your account, money and trying to vote on you. Nah, I think not. So, that'll be the next one. And then I got a standard queue of other shit that other stuff that I found quite interesting that we should go over. I'm trying to clean it up because some things are like a few weeks back, but I'm caught up. So stay tuned for Frontline Black News coming tomorrow, usual scheduled time. And thank you for watching. And thank you, little eyeballs that kept popping in and out. I hope you liked it. I hope you learned something. And yeah, it's good. It was good. All right. Stay black, stay dangerous, and don't get bullied out there into voting blue no matter who. All right. Peace.